Beautiful moment to be back here in Las Vegas, here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Fundora is just an exciting fighter. He's 6'5", phenom at 154 pounds.
What I expect from Thurman is the Thurman that was in his prime, the pound-for-pound fighter. Whether he brings it, that's up to him, but we're bringing what we need to win this fight.
So hopefully we'll see the best Keith Thurman that we can see, but we're not going to act like Father Time isn't undefeated. The real question is, has Father Time caught up to him?
That one bounced off the arm. Oh my goodness! Down goes Lubin! Thurman has brought Jarvis her down. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Premier Boxing Champions. Lucas is hurt. Spence going on the attack. Manny Pacquiao. This fight promising to be all action.
You're about to see a whole nother level of boxing.
Just off the south end of the Las Vegas Strip, we are inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena. You know, this legendary venue has hosted so many significant fights, and tonight we'll play host to another one as the Towering Inferno Sebastian Fundora defends his world title against Keith "one-time" Thurman. Hello everyone, I'm Brian Custer. Welcome to Vegas in the PBC on Prime Video Prelims. Now, for the longest, you know, this venue has long been the home of big-time boxing, and tonight it's hosting two of the sport's most exciting fighters. It was just 2 years, almost to the day, in this building where Sebastian Fundora defeated Tim Tszyu, won the WBC strap. Now, this title defense tonight was supposed to go down last October until Fundora injured his hand sparring. It had to postpone the fight until it healed. Well, Fundora says it's now healed, and he's promising, he says, violence to Thurman, and a reminder to that talented laden 154-pound division. In his words, quote, "The king is still here." And it's been 7 years since Keith Thurman was a champion and has fought in this venue. Thurman lost his welterweight title to Manny Pacquiao back in July of 2019, right here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in a split decision. The only blemish on his record, and of course injuries, inactivity has plagued his career, and one time has only fought twice in the last 6 years. But look, he's back, he's healthy, and he says ready to chop down a towering tree and solidify his Hall of Fame status with another world title in a different weight division. Take a look at the entire pay-per-view fight card that'll come your way later tonight. Of course, the main event, you will see Sebastian Fundora, Keith Thurman. Now, before that, you'll see the only man who's beaten Sebastian Fundora. That's Brian Mendoza. He's taking on that hard-hitting Cuban, Yoenis Tellez. And before that, you'll see the unbeaten Cuban, Yoenli Hernandez, who many believe is the future of the middleweight division. He'll take on the U.S. Olympian and former world title challenger, Terrell Gausha. And we'll begin the night with heavyweights. Hey, let me bring in our fight expert, Brian Campbell. And B, let's start with the main event that we'll see on pay-per-view later on tonight. We'll start with the challenger, Keith Thurman, because I think some forget, you know, at one time, Keith Thurman was the king at 147, the glamour division it was known then. And he has outlasted all of those guys. He's still fighting, even at 37. Now, I know he's had bouts of inactivity. He certainly had a litany of injuries. But when Keith Thurman is healthy, Keith Thurman always delivers. And you get a sense talking to him, tonight is more than just about winning another world title in a different weight division.
Well, look, the swagger, the the aura of Keith "One-Time" Thurman is back, which I think is very good for boxing. But I think what has come with that, and him saying I'm the last man standing of my era, is a little bit of a chip on his shoulder in the form of unfinished business. If you go back to 2017, Keith Thurman was unbeaten, pound for pound ranked, the unified champion in a historically deep era of the welterweight division. He's fought just 4 times in the 9 years since then. And even though One Time believes his welterweight resume is enough to get him into the Hall of Fame, you can argue there's a bit of unfinished business to his legacy and something missing. That's the hunger behind the idea of him moving up in weight, looking for a world title in a second weight class. The good news is, Keith Thurman's already proved multiple times he can do one of the hardest things in combat sports, to come back from a long layoff. He looked good against Pacquiao in a close loss in 2019. He outpointed Mario Barrios 3 years later. The bad news, though, is he's fought just 3 rounds in the last 4 years. He's going to have to take on a 6'6", unordinary champion. I know everybody wants to know, is it going to be the One Time of old or just an old Keith Thurman? One thing Keith challenged us at the fighter meeting this week, he said, when was the last time I looked bad? Y'all are trying to retire me early. We're going to find out tonight.
Well, he says a win today would solidify his Hall of Fame status. We'll see. Let's talk about the champion who he's facing is Sebastian Fundora, because the 154-pound division is just littered with great fighters, some old names, great names, and some young, hungry lions. Xander Zayas, Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, all these guys. And somehow you got Sebastian Fundora saying, excuse me, no one mentions me. I'm still the world champion, and he believes the best fighter at 154 pounds. Without question, probably the biggest, most difficult matchup that you could have.
Look, he's not going to brag a lot for himself. He's very humble. He likes to live behind the moniker of silence is violence. But I'd like to brag for him, because the evolution of Sebastian Fundora in recent years behind his father, Freddie, in the corner needs to be studied. He was a little bit of an attraction, a novelty act when he first started. He evolved into one of the sport's most exciting brawlers, co-authoring the 2022 Fight of the Year with Erickson Lubin. But the adjustments he's made, particularly in the last 2 fights, a stoppage of Cordell Booker, and of course the knockout of Tim Tszyu in the rematch. This is a different Fundora. He sits down on his punches, and rather than giving away his 80-inch reach, which is somewhat comparable to a 737, he's now sitting down from distance and making opponents pay. If the version last July that beat Tszyu a second time shows up tonight, he's a problem for every single fighter in this division.
You're right about that, especially if he uses that reach and uses those power shots that he has, and those uppercuts he has are just vicious. Listen, both Fundora and Thurman are promising a knockout in this fight. And while Fundora, well, he's looking to make a statement against eventual Hall of Famer. You got Thurman trying to regain glory, proving that he's still elite, while giving Fundora, he says, a lesson in experience.
One-time Thurman is a legend in the ring.
I was raised for this.
But world champ Sebastian Fundora is towering above the competition.
Fundora, top of the world as the unified champion.
As they collide, can Thurman win a major world title one more time? Or will the Towering Inferno stand tall in the air?
You're about to see a whole nother level of boxing.
It's Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman. Saturday, March 28th, live on PBC on pay-per-view on Prime Video.
I know what you're asking me. BC, how can I buy the pay-per-view? Well, all you got to do is scan that QR code right there. Get the iPhone, get your tablet, get whatever device you need. Scan the QR code you see right there on your screen. Folks, we got some free boxing for you here on Prime Video. So for that, let's throw down ringside. My main man, Mauro Ranallo, the former 3 World Division champion, Abner Mares, and Justin Goosen Brown.
Thank you very much, BC. And before we get to these prelims on Prime Video, we've got to talk about that much-anticipated main event, especially when it features the tallest super welterweight champion in history, Sebastian Fundora, seeking his 3rd straight KO and his 3rd successful title defense against Keith Thurman, who in his 2nd fight at 154 looks to become a 2-division champion. What excites you most about that contest?
Listen, I expect a Fundora who's going to throw a lot of punches like he always does, especially against Keith Thurman, who is going to want to use the entire ring. And Keith Thurman, he's a wise veteran fighter who is going to try to lure Fundora into a big shot. So I see a knockdown and possibly a knockout in this fight, so that's what excites me.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I mean, Fundora just keeps getting better, but Keith one-time Thurman is as confident as they come, and a confident fighter could really be a dangerous one.
Both have predicted a knockout, and speaking of KOs, we're going to kick off the prelims with a battle between two knockout artists. Undefeated southpaw Kaipo Gallegos against the once beaten Julian Gonzalez, scheduled for 10 rounds in the lightweight division. Here's ring announcer Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Premier Boxing Champions presents First on Prime. It is all brought to you by TGB Promotions and Samson Boxing, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Our three judges ringside for this one are Patricia Morris-Jarman, Chris McGlory, and Corey Santos. The referee in charge of the action is Robert Hoyle. And now this bout will be 10 rounds in the lightweight division, and it is being promoted by TGB Promotions, Sean Boxing, BoxLab Promotions, and Kings Promotions. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the white and red trunks, he weighed in at 134.2 pounds. With the record standing 16 victories, 12 by knockout, opposite of 1 defeat and 1 draw. Representing Reading, Pennsylvania, here is Julian Gifted Gonzalez. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner. He is wearing the black, silver, and teal trunks. He weighed in at 135.4 pounds. His record stands undefeated, 11 victories, 9 by knockout, opposite of no defeats and 1 draw. Las Vegas, Nevada, here is the talented rising star, Kaipo Gallegos.
Okay, we went over the instructions in the dressing room. Any punches that land here on the waistband are good. Any punches that land here are good. Obey my commands and give me a good, clean fight. Touch them up, scoot back.
Kaipo Gallegos fighting for the 4th time in his hometown of Las Vegas, where he is 3-0 with 1 knockout, taking on Julian Gifted Gonzalez, 16-1-1 with 12 knockouts. 9 of Gallegos' 11 victories have come inside the distance, so 2 lightweights with some pop, Justin.
Yeah, both these guys know how to finish a fight, so it'll be interesting to see. Gallegos said he wanted to press forward Gonzalez, but Gonzalez has those 8 stops in the first round, so we'll see if he kind of takes his time on that.
This is Gonzalez's first scheduled 10-round fight. He's been the 8-round distance 4 times in his career and fighting for the first time in Sin City under the bright lights. His 67th round of his professional career. This is the 54th round for Gallegos, so similar experience.
Yeah, similar experience. And Abner's, you know, sometimes these first rounds can be a little bit tricky, especially when you haven't really kind of warmed up yet and taken those shots. These first rounds could be dangerous.
Yeah, of course. Like anything, first round, you want to get that jab, that rhythm going. And I see it right now from Gallegos, you know, starting off really good with the jab. And like you said, Gonzalez has to be careful because the power is right there from Gallegos.
Gallegos isn't here for attention. He's here for ascension. He says he wants to prove that he's not just a prospect, that he is the future of this division. He feels that this is a big step toward world title contention, and he's not going to let it slip.
No, he wants to show, he says, I want to show how good I am. I'm on another level, but we'll see. Gonzalez has a really good counter left hook, so he's got to be real careful with that right hand. As
got a nice left hook to the body right there as well for Gonzalez, the native of Reading, Pennsylvania, which, by the way, adopted hometown. A former welterweight titleist, Kermit Cintron. There's a name from the past.
Yeah, a bunch from the past right there.
Just over a minute left in the first here,
I
Abner.
like that, you know, both fighters really smart, studying each other, trying to collect data right here. Of course, not trying to commit because they don't want to end up, you know, paying dearly. And of course, you can see that, you know, the pedigree, the amateur pedigree from both sides. Again,
Well,
a really, really
Gonzalez
good round.
coming in, suffering his first loss in his last fight to former title challenger Jason Sanchez, who dropped Gonzalez for the first time in his career en route to a split decision win last June. So Gonzalez coming in with a chip on his shoulder with something to prove and wanting to spoil the hometown favorites' perfect record.
Yep, and he's also moving up in weight, and he got himself a nutritionist because he has struggled kind of, as we said, he's an early starter, but he struggles as that fight kind of wears down. So we'll see if that nutritionist pays any dividends for him.
There's a jab from Gonzalez, measuring the range. A lot of feints and upper body movement by Gallegos, who went downstairs with the jab. Beautiful left hook, right cross combination by Gonzalez.
Yeah, good combination, but again, you know, setting himself, you know, back and not staying in the pocket. Smart for him.
You fading him out? All right, breathe. Listen. Be alert. All right? What do you see in there? No power? Oh, you just reading right now? Okay. All right. So use your levels. Go up, down, keep him guessing. Feint, right? Keep tightening up your right hand. Watch that right, left hook. All right, breathe. You ready to go to work? All right, let's go. Come on. I'm looking at you. All right, tighten up that defense. All right, you got no power? No. All right, you got to touch him more though, okay? Come on. All right, breathe. Be back. All right, you got to touch that body, all right? No, close that distance. All right, let's go.
Gallegos and Gonzalez. It's a family affair in the corner. Gallegos' dad, Jason. Gonzalez's dad, Santos, both the chief seconds. And for Gallegos, his dad saying to watch the left and the right hooks coming from Gonzalez.
Yeah, you can see right now Gonzalez is kind of on that back foot looking for that counter. And Kaipo's being smart. He's using that hand speed, getting in and out, and touching the body especially. But there's that counter left hook.
Good angle, good pivot by Gonzalez, investing to the body with that long-range right. Sharp jab upstairs by Gonzalez.
Yeah, really not giving any opportunity to Gallegos. Again, really smart from Gonzalez, that jab, and moving laterally. And when he moves backwards, it's 1-2 steps.
And Gonzalez been sharpening his skills, sparring with the likes of former two-division champion Stephen Fulton. He's fighting his second southpaw opponent in his last 4 fights and 4th in his last 7. So it's not like Gonzalez hasn't seen a lefty before.
No, he usually does like to counter the lefties as well. So it'll be interesting to see, Abner, if Gallegos kind of makes that adjustment, stops leading the dance, and maybe he'll step back himself and look to counter.
Yeah, especially if he starts getting hit with that right hand, he's going to make that adjustment. He has to.
And he could start using a little bit of feints as well, kind of draw out that counter out of Gonzalez.
Gonzalez has dreamed of fighting here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Nice left hand upstairs by Gallegos. And Gonzalez again fighting for the first time here in Las Vegas, wants to acquit himself well as we kick off the PBC Prelims on Prime Video. It culminates with Elijah Garcia. He's overcome some adversity and moving up in weight, looking to prove he's still a prime-time player against Kevin Newman II. That's our feature attraction coming up later.
Yeah, I mean, that one should be a real good one.
Nice left hand there by Gallegos.
And see, Gonzalez knows that Gallegos has that hand speed advantage, so he's going to try and punch in between those shots, catch him when Gallegos is in the middle of throwing those quick combos.
And it's only when he gives him the opportunity, when he stays right there. Speaking of Gonzalez, you can't stay right in front of Gallegos. You got to start doing what you were doing in the first round.
And of course, you want to watch that lead foot battle with the orthodox and the lefty. The southpaw wants to keep it to the outside, opening up that lane for the left hand down the middle. But Gallegos still very deliberate.
Yeah, and you see even as well as that left hand down the middle, Gallegos has made a bit of an adjustment, started looping it, kind of getting around that guard.
He's got that right hand down low. Now high guard, maybe baiting Gonzalez. And again, we mentioned out of their combined 27 victories, 21 have come inside the distance. So this is a test for both of them.
10
as
seconds.
we begin the fistic festivities here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
Time.
Yo, that's the only problem is you're waiting, bro. What are you waiting for? This is your chance right here, man. Understand? The only thing is you're waiting. Yo, you can hurt this kid if you fucking start throwing punches. You understand? Start throwing punches, bro. Deep breath. You heard? Start going to your left and look for that tension right away. As soon as you get space,
and
move
here's
over
that
towards
straight
him, right?
right hand
Bang
Brayan
out
Gonzalez has
you get
been
both,
landing
bang
against the
out from body,
southpaw
bro.
Gallegos.
Understand?
And you know
want
that
this or
right
not?
hand is venom
Let's go,
for
baby. You gotta
lefty.
show.
And like you said,
You're better than this
Justin,
kid.
you
You're
know, that
leaving
right
yourself.
hand has
It's
been
you got
landing
the
in
stamina. You work
Gallegos'
hard for this
face,
kid,
and you know
bro.
that's an
Now
adjustment
show
that
me.
he's going to have to make.
Yeah. And
Deep
we'll see
breath.
maybe if Gallegos will kind of go into that high guard because he said he wanted to make this a rough fight and pressure him. So we'll see if Gallegos kind of makes that adjustment.
Body. All right, be first.
Gonzalez's corner imploring him to be first, not wait, initiate the terms of this dance as we begin round number 3. And a very methodical start so far. According to CompuBox, through 2 rounds, Gallegos outlanding Gonzalez 23-13 while throwing 82 punches compared to Gonzalez's 67. So you would think that there would be an uptick in offense as we get cooking.
Yeah, well, especially both these guys are in their first 10-rounder, and even Gonzalez in the fighter meeting said, I got to really stay focused, especially kind of with that conditioning issue he's had in the past. He's got to be careful going 10 rounds, but I'm not, Abner, would you even consider that going in a fight, or are you kind of just looking to win each round to decide I'm not trying to conserve?
Take it round by round, but I think both of these fighters are really smart of knowing that, you know, great corner, and we're seeing that, look at that.
Nice right hook, a lead right hook curling around the guard of Gonzalez, maybe Gallegos' best punch, and now he's putting together the combinations and showing off that hand speed.
Yeah, that's what he's going to have to start doing, but he's still got to be careful keeping that right hand down at once because that left hook is looking to come from Gonzalez, and there it is.
Beautiful punch placement by Gallegos, going to the body and then upstairs, and now beginning to find his rhythm, Abner.
Yeah, rhythm's there for Gallegos now. A lot of punches thrown, a lot of punches being landed by him. It's perfect. He's taking his time, and he's doing a perfect job right now.
He's collected the information, Justin, and is beginning to go to work now here in round number 3.
Yeah, it's round 3, so he kind of got that little bit of a feel of what's coming back, and he wants to be in closer, avoid those counters.
And he really is putting it together now with combinations and that sniper left hand to the face.
Oh yeah, he definitely is feeling a lot more comfortable, Gallegos now.
There's a jab right through the guard, the jab downstairs, and of course everything begins with the jab. It builds rhythm, it breaks rhythm, it is your go-to punch. What a turn of events!
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
The first time in Gallegos' career, a counter right hand drops him here in round 3, and Gonzalez now going for the finish.
Carlos, you can't hold him. Let's go.
We talked about the right hand, that it was landing that
right hand.
Stop. Come on. You okay?
Yeah,
I need you to show me something. Show me something.
It was all Gallegos at one point.
But that's the beauty of the sport of boxing. Everything can change with one punch.
One punch can change everything, and Gallegos, he's really struggling. He's on he's getting his legs back a little bit, but here comes Gonzalez coming in.
Mixing it up with uppercuts. Gonzalez needs to be careful he doesn't punch himself out.
Definitely. He's got to look for the inside punches.
10 seconds.
Yeah, they're moving. Right punches, exactly, Abner. But he seems to have discombobulated. Gallegos with the pressure. Now Gallegos looking to clinch. What a round.
Hey, listen. You gotta fucking stay tight. You know what? You was right in the. It was a straight right. You alright? Yeah. You right? You good? Be back. Huh?
We're gonna look at the straight right hand landed by Gonzalez. Venom, we talked for the southpaws. There it is, right on cue, right in the chin of Gallegos. Down he went right when he was having a really good momentum going. Good round for him. He gets hit right in the chin, like Moro said. Anything can happen in a the fight.
Anything could happen. Now it's Gallegos just kind of getting
get
a little
it.
bit too
Be
comfortable.
smart,
We're talking
you
about
heard?
that zone.
Be
He was in
smart.
his right hand.
Gonzalez looking to bounce back from his first loss. Gallegos looking to bounce back from his first knockdown. It's round number 4, scheduled for 10. In round 3, Gonzalez with the knockdown, 18 of 53. Gallegos 15 of 35, although Gallegos outlanded him 9-4 in body shots, and now things are picking up.
Definitely are. The corner told Gallegos, tighter guard, but I don't think it had to do with the guard. I think it got him, with great timing.
It's interesting because Gonzalez has to be careful as well. He's landing those shots, but they're wide and leave a lot of space down the middle.
But there's another big right hand.
Stop.
Gallegos looks like he was momentarily bothered. The Gallegos
is kind of standing Sanchez came back. The time kind of changed in that 5th round, so we'll see if Gallegos can weather that storm there.
We talked about Gonzalez sparring with the likes of Stephen Fulton. Gallegos has been in the ring sparring with the likes of Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, and Devin Haney. Not bad work if you can get it, right, guys?
Definitely not. Vegas scoring right there, but I'll tell you what, Gonzalez is not worried about any of that right now with these counters.
No, and his left hand's upstairs now by Gallegos trying to get in. Beautiful right hand, another right left, and now Gallegos finding this fluidity again, beginning to find the rhythm. And here comes Gallegos, landing the 1-2 from the southpaw stance.
And here's where Gonzalez is making a mistake. He's just looking for one shot at a time.
Right.
He fell in love with that right hand. No, there's more punches than that.
Right hook continues to be the money shot for Gallegos.
Yeah, I mean, he's finding that success with it. That's what another southpaw has done against Gonzalez. That little 2-3, once you throw that left hand, that right hook's open. Gonzalez is in that shoulder roll.
Gallegos has to be careful, missing wildly with a couple of left hands.
Yeah, but Gonzalez did not make him pay there. Didn't take advantage of that opportunity.
Because Gonzalez kind of...
nice right hand, the short right hand lands again for Gonzalez. That was a punch that dropped Gallegos in round 3. Less than 30 seconds left here in the 4th. Gallegos going to the body upstairs, putting the pressure on Gonzalez along the ropes. Gonzalez valiantly trying to fight out.
Yeah, it seems after that all Gonzalez kind of has when he's in tight, he can't get that leverage on that right hand. It's smothered, so he's going with that uppercut.
Yeah, I mean, the inside punches are working for him as well, so I think those are the punches that he needs to look for when he's in the inside.
A good comeback round for Kaipo Gallegos.
Yes.
The prelims on Prime Video, the proving ground.
Good round.
Read. Hey, defense gotta be tight. What you see is you go into the body a lot. You can't touch the body first, then go to the head. Don't make him, don't go to the head and he'll make you miss and you're off balance. Tighten up that defense.
And here's a perfectly timed left hand, but then he goes back to the body with that same left hand, and then he finishes to the body as well with the right hook. Beautiful combination there by Gallegos.
Yeah, it's able to kind of close the distance with it.
Yeah, a lot of push punches, but hey, they were landing.
Gallegos, dad telling him not to fall asleep. And he mentioned what we talked about, the left hand missing wildly, moving him off balance. Wants to watch the body shots that are coming from Gonzalez as well. We are at round 5, scheduled for 10 in the lightweight division. It's Kaipo Gallegos, 11-0-1 with 9 knockouts in the blue tape, and Julian Gifted Gonzalez, 16-1-1 with 12 knockouts.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, that was a great bounce back round, that last round from Gallegos, especially. He was out on him. His feet were not under him to start that round, and he found it, kind of closing that distance, pushing Gonzalez backwards.
Trying to establish a sharp jab early is Gallegos and continues to deliver combinations. Now that's a jab fest. Nice three-punch combination. Downstairs, upstairs for Gallegos.
Yeah, Gonzalez waiting a little bit too much for my liking. He's trying to counterpunch, yes, but he's given the momentum and the opportunity for Gallegos to let off.
Gonzalez needs to get away from the ropes, and he continues to eat these textbook 1-2s. The left splitting the guard.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the kryptonite of Gonzalez. Is he's such a quick starter, but then he kind of loses right about in this 5th round.
And again, this is his first scheduled 10-round fight. He's been 8 rounds 4 times in his career. The same goes for Gallegos. This is his first fight scheduled for 10 rounds. Looking to elevate his status. He's an adaptive pressure fighter with a thinker's mind.
And the difference that I'm seeing in this fight is that Gallegos, despite the knockdown, he's improving. He's getting better round by round. And Gonzalez, the guy that knocked him down, no, he's just backing up.
Yeah, and you see Gonzalez is just kind of sitting on that counter right hand, and there it comes right there. But Gallegos, I'm not sure if he should just stay on that inside and try and smother it up as much as possible.
It's interesting because in the past, Gonzalez, when he stays composed, he can be both precise and punishing, and yet in this fight, he needs to find a way to get into it because he's being out-fought right now by Kaipo Gallegos.
Yeah, and it shows the style. If Kaipo needs to kind of make it a rough fight like this, he's shown he can work on the inside a bit, and that's something that you need to have in the bag as you move on.
Gonzalez going downstairs with the left hook. And the left hand to the body by Gallegos. And again, he has Gonzalez along the ropes, and that mid-range is finding the mark.
Mid-range and close range for Gallegos, throwing beautifully combinations, but again, it's only one shot from Gonzalez at a time.
10 seconds.
Not working.
We are through the first half of this lightweight matchup. Gallegos dropped in round 3, but he's bounced back in the following 2 rounds.
Big time. Finish it off with that great left hand right there.
Hey, why are we in the ropes? Come on, we don't train like that, man. We don't train like that. I need you away from the ropes and at the corner, bro. Understand me? Get your ass back in the ring and work that jab. Straight 1-2 is gonna land. He don't move his head at all, bro. Understand? Straight 1-2, but you gotta be first. Don't let him be first. You gotta be first, bro. All right? Yo, you gotta show these judges you want this shit. Understand? Yo, you can
punches and punches are landing from Gallegos, straight to the body, the left hand, and the left hand upstairs, and another left hook to the body. I mean, just everything is working properly for Gallegos. And again, the opportunity is there because Gonzalez is staying in the corner.
away from the ropes. Yeah. Away from the ropes.
Resulted in the knockdown. It's been Kaipo Gallegos' fight.
Yes, 100%. And Abner as well. Combination punching is a little bit harder to time, especially when you're just looking for that one counter.
How impressive was Kaipo Gallegos in round 5? According to CompuBox, he was 34 of 77 compared to Gonzalez's 10 of 31.
Wow, that says a lot.
Yeah. Well, that
speaks
just kinda tells the
volumes,
story,
right?
right?
Yeah. But again, I'm more impressed about a young fighter that got up from...
Oh, there's that counter right again by Gonzalez.
Yeah,
got up from the canvas, and you know, he came back and then he got it back into this fight.
And these are the questions that are posed on this platform, the prelims. These young, hungry warriors getting their opportunity to fight under the bright lights of Las Vegas and having to overcome adversity. That's how you grow as a fighter, Justin.
Yes, that's how you grow as a fighter, because he's dragging a fight out of Gallegos. That Gallegos isn't really, that's not his style. He likes to kind of use his hand speed, get in and out, but now he's kind of making it rough on the inside here.
Good body movement and punch placement by Kaipo Gallegos.
And it's working for him.
Gonzalez's dad wanted him to be first. He is just being punished here. Yeah, and he's along the ropes, and you don't have to be a trainer to say stay off the ropes.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they told him, stay off the ropes. But it's definitely easier said than done, especially when you have a fighter that's throwing a lot of punches like Gallegos.
And we talked about Gallegos being an adaptive pressure fighter, and we see that pressure building now.
Yeah, and it just shows you right now which man is better at working on the inside. You saw Gonzalez is looking at clinch when he gets in there, and he doesn't know what to do, whereas Gallegos is more adept in there and is able to fire off those combos, especially that right hook finishing those.
Gonzalez head staying on the center line, and again on his back foot. Blinded momentarily by the jab of Gallegos. Gallegos using it as a range finder, wanting to detonate another left hand.
And again, it's smart. Gallegos not committing. When he throws, he knows it's going to land. Again, he doesn't want to make the mistake.
Final minute of the 6th.
And we'll see Gallegos right now.
Nice combination.
Yes, right when they exchange, because that's what Gonzalez is trying to time. But Gallegos isn't really using too many feints at the moment. He's just kind of trying to come in there with that jab or those combinations.
Continues to back Gonzalez up to the ropes. And Gonzalez there avoids and tries to drop a right hand on Gallegos.
And that was a clean right hand right there from Gonzalez.
And nice counter left upstairs by Gallegos.
Yeah, he's working beautifully. Speaking of Gallegos, walking him with that jab. Timing is there.
He's not only doubling him up in output, he's doubling him up in connects here in round 6, and it's becoming a downhill battle here now. Gallegos on the front foot, putting together the body shots, putting together the combinations. Kaipo Gallegos wanting to maintain his undefeated record here in his hometown.
Hey, how you feeling? I need to tighten up that defense. You slow down. The minute you slow down, you gotta get in that zone. All right. This is what round is it? 7. Huh? Hey, water.
I think it's round 7.
How you feeling?
Right hand that has been working for Gonzalez, the right hand that knocked down Gallegos. There it is, it landed 1. But again, it's 1 shot at a time. That's the only shot that he's been looking for. And he's trying to time it, but when it lands, it does damage.
It does damage.
So Abner, when you're a fighter, you know that's the shot he's looking for. You could kind of draw that out of him, kind of feint that. Come in and draw that out of him and make him pay for it. But
he can't do that, Gallegos.
And that's something he could possibly add to his game as he kind of develops more.
And Gallegos making that investment to the body, outlanding Gonzalez 41-12 throughout the fight, including 9-1 in that last round. Round number 6, where he was 20 for 58 compared to Gonzalez's 11 for 37, according to CompuBox. So, save for the knockdown in round 3, Kaipo Gallegos has been putting together a pretty effective performance.
Yeah, Gallegos is doing great work and kind of making this fight, pressing this fight towards Gonzalez, but Gonzalez still is finding success with that quick right hand or that uppercut.
Yeah, of course, at moments, at times.
And it looks like Gonzalez, that's all he's waiting for after trying to counter with that right hand.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You can't rely on just 1 punch, and especially if the other fighter already seems to know. He knows that. That's why he's not committing. That's why he's staying at that long range. Speaking of Gallegos, smart from him. What I want to see from Gallegos now is that feints you were talking about, Justin.
Yes, because, you know, Gallegos is still getting hit by a few of them. He's doing some great work himself as that left hand and then finishing off points with that right hook. But you are aware of what's coming, so he's still getting clipped by it every few and far between.
Gonzalez trying to find the range with his jab, but missing. And Gallegos on the outside. Oh, there's again, that right hand continues to be effective when Gonzalez is able to throw it and land it.
Yeah, and it's only when Gallegos throws 1 punch at a time, like we mentioned, and that's what he's doing in this particular round. He's not throwing much.
Yeah, they definitely have decelerated their output in offense here so far with just over a minute left in round number 7.
Yeah, but now you see Gallegos right now. He's kind of letting Gonzalez lead the dance, and he might be looking to counter something himself.
Oh, there it is, counter left hand.
Yeah, it could be tiring throwing a lot of punches, right? He's probably taking this round off and like, okay, I'm going to fight like you fight.
Yeah, especially in the first time.
Yeah, Gallegos has thrown 331 punches compared to Gonzalez's 265.
And that double jab is a big key for Gallegos as well. When he's able to double jab in there, then loop that left hand around while Gonzalez kind of shells up. And there it is one more time. He's been going to that quite a bit now.
But you mentioned that, right, Justin, that's more his style, speaking of Gallegos. Yeah. The outside counter-punching.
Since the knockdown in round 3, Gallegos has outlanded Gonzalez 2-1.
Yeah. And you see now Gallegos is taking that step back, as we talked about. Again, he's not going to really press too far. He's looking for that quick left hand. But he's setting it up well by using that double jab to get his way in.
Gonzalez unable to make any adjustments, despite the pleadings of his father, Santos. The right hand has been his most effective punch. It scored the knockdown, but it's just been too few and far between.
Time. Deep breath. Hey, a little bit of better round, you understand? Now, look, we can build off this now, right? All right? Look. Let me get water? Yeah, right here. After the jab, look, jab, 1, 2, boom, step over. All right? Step over. And then you're leaning toward that power hand. You got to get to the other side. I need quick combinations. Quick combinations, all right? He knows that. He's throwing it to the side where your head's going to be because you always go to that side. You got to come to this side. Yeah. Give me some 1-2-1s, get inside, all right? Bang that body up. How we feel? I'm good. All right? How bad you want this? Show me. Show me. I need activity, baby. All right? Deep breath. Coming up.
We heard from Gonzalez's corner. Meanwhile, in Gallegos' corner, his dad wants him to put the combinations together, and I think I've heard this before. Make him miss, make him pay.
Kind of the name of the game right there, huh?
Round number 8. And again, the southpaw trying to establish the jab. Gonzalez parrying it. Now Gonzalez, again, not able to find the range with his jab. He's been on the back foot, courtesy of the pressure of Gallegos. Now he's trying to march forward, Gonzalez.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Justin, when he does that, he's really good, Gonzalez. Again, you know, every time your jab touches for any fighter, you know that something's there already, and you can let go of the right hand. So I think that's what he's looking for right now, Gonzalez. Going for the jab, they told him, and then straight right hand.
Yep, and his corner as well told him that when Gallegos does kind of follow you and jabs his way in, look for that left hand coming around, that looping left hand, because he's trying to meet you where you're going there. So you could try and kind of throw where Gallegos is going and beat him with a punch. Good counter left right there from Gallegos, though.
Good head movement. Oh, so this is the first time that Gallegos has seen the 8th round, as we mentioned, in the fight. Previously, Gonzalez has been the 8-round distance 4 times, so this is the 5th time that he's seen the 8th.
Yeah, and it's the same old story kind of for Gonzalez there. That nutritionist, unfortunately, isn't helping him in these later rounds. That work rate is still kind of the same as it has been in the past.
Gonzalez had a 10-fight winning streak snapped in his last fight, suffering his first defeat. His only other blemish, a 2022 majority draw against Ivan Jimenez. Gallegos has also had a draw on his record, but yet to taste defeat. And he's overcome early adversity in this fight tonight.
Yeah, I mean, going down on he went down hard. And that's,
yeah, he did.
I mean, Gonzalez, he has that power. He's so dangerous in those early rounds, but Gallegos has kind of timed it, figured out what's coming at him, and we'll see. Gonzalez can still land something hard.
Oh, that was a beautiful double right hook. Downstairs and upstairs by Gallegos, and now Gonzalez looking to open it up. Hands are down, though, and there's bruising around his right eye. That left hand has found its mark from Gallegos.
Yeah, a few punches thrown again in this round, but every single punch that Gallegos has thrown, they have landed. They're precise punches. He knows that everything's landing. Okay, so he's taking his time.
Oh, another overhand left by Gallegos. 30 seconds left in the 8th round.
Yeah, that overhand left is what's that bruising caused from right there. But Gonzalez still kind of landed a quick little short right there. But
oh, beautiful 1-2 by Gallegos. What do you think about his punch placement and his ring IQ, Abner, thus far?
From Gallegos,
10 seconds.
Yeah, brilliant. I like what he's doing. I like how he's so mature enough to see that, okay, I hit him, but I didn't hurt him. Okay, I'm going to take my time. And when he finds out or he sees that he hurts him, believe me, he'll go for the kill.
How you feel? He only got that round, huh? He only got that. Yeah, I think he only got that round. You got him every round. But look, tighten up that defense. Step around, listen. When you hit him, step around, you catch him with that right hand. All right, deep breath. Good. All right. That was a good round. This is 8th round coming up. All right, 8th round coming up.
Actually, it's the 9th round coming up.
A perfect combination of a southpaw. The left hook to the body. I'm sorry, right hook to the body, right hook upstairs. He changed it up, Gallegos. I mean, he's showing a lot. He's doing a lot in there. A lot of things that, young fighter that you want to see early on.
Oh, yeah, did I mention he's 20 years old?
Yeah.
Super young.
That's
and this is his 13th pro fight.
Yeah, that's all that great sparring coming in, and even in those replays, he was able to kind of stay in close and avoid that counter coming back out of him after he landed those good shots.
We are into our 9th round, scheduled for 10 in the lightweight division. Kaipo Gallegos out of Las Vegas, the southpaw, looking for his 12th win, while Julian Gonzalez, fighting out of Reading, Pennsylvania, is looking to improve to 17-1-1. He scored the knockdown in round 3. It's probably going to take a knockout for him to prevail in this fight, by the way things are going right now.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough because Gonzalez's his latest knockout has been in the round 6.
Right.
He's, once again, we kind of beat that horse dead, but he's an early starter, as evidenced by the power early in this fight.
I mean, the only possibility that we can get is that he knocked him down already, so, perhaps he could hurt him. Ooh.
Yeah, one punch could still change anything. That's what makes boxing the greatest.
And again, both of them fighting for the first time in a 10-rounder, getting that added experience.
Yeah, but I think the one that's passing this test with flying colors, no doubt, is Gallegos. I mean, you had everything in there. You had to overcome, adversity by getting knocked down. You had to make adjustments. You had to control yourself and take control of the fight, and that's what Gallegos is doing in this fight.
Gallegos looking to put the KO in Kaipo for the 10th time.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, just like you said it, Amir, it shows his toughness as well as all the tools he has, being able to stay on the outside, go inside, jump in with those shots, and kind of even evade some of those counters coming back.
So again, it's the pressure, the punishment from Gallegos. Gonzalez finds himself along the ropes and unable to muster any sustained attack, unable to get Gallegos off balance. Gallegos content to land those 1-2s throughout the fight.
Really, Gonzalez hasn't really got going. It's only one shot. It's a little frustrating when you see a young fighter, that can throw a lot more punches.
You mean with 45 seconds left in the round, 0 for 4 is not good for Gonzalez?
That's a tough day at the plate.
That's a tough day at the plate, exactly.
Yeah, Gallegos is just so comfortable and you see even when that right hand comes, he's
seen everything.
With his glove.
Under a half a minute now left in the penultimate round, in round 3, the only round in the fight where Gonzalez has outlanded Gallegos. And 15 seconds now left, and nice. Gonzalez gets nailed with that left hand from Gallegos.
And that was that counter left over the counter right hand. That's what we were looking for, Abner, right there.
Yeah, that's something that you talked about. Well, what if he does that? How could I come back? And he showed you, and he proved
that
he can.
Do the boxing version of posterizing.
Yeah, to give it to you straight, bro. You gotta put this guy down. Understand? You gotta put this guy down, but we can't do it if you keep stepping backwards. Understand? We gotta step forward, dude. Hands up real high. We're gonna roll under and start fucking attacking his ass, man. You heard me? Last round. He can't hurt you. You prove you can hurt him. You have the stamina to do it. You gotta trust yourself, man. Believe in yourself right now. That you can do it. You heard? We can do it. You heard? I need you to get to him, Julian. I need you to put it on his ass.
Turn out. Don't stay in front of him. All right?
So we heard from Mo Morales in the Gonzalez corner.
He's not going to be desperate. He's going to come up swinging. Tighten up that defense, make him miss, make him pay.
And Gallegos' dad, Jason, continuing with the make him miss, make him pay, knowing that this 10th and final round may create a desperate situation for Gonzalez. And the crowd enjoying the action here, especially for the hometown boy. 20-year-old Kaipo Gallegos looking to improve to 4-0 in Las Vegas and looking to spoil the Las Vegas debut of Julian Gonzalez.
Yeah, and that's, you hear his hometown crowd, and that's awesome that you have a guy that was born and raised in Las Vegas, and he's fighting at the MGM.
And he's bringing the crowd out early.
Hits the mat, gets back up, and is putting on a great performance. We'll see.
Oh, another counter left hand lands right on the button for Gallegos, and it's fast, Abner. It's lightning quick.
We're talking about the great performance, and this is the last round. He wants to close the show. Just brilliant work from Gallegos, and again, not much from Gonzalez, even though despite it's the last round in the corner, told him, listen, you gotta go out there and do something.
And I mean, the corner could say whatever they want if it's not going to happen, because that blistering hand speed coming from Gallegos, every time he does step forward, he's getting countered at the moment. Ooh, good right hand right there,
trying.
though.
He is coming forward, and he needs to.
There it is.
Here in the 10th, so now it's Gonzalez hunting Gallegos. Gallegos still doing a good job utilizing some footwork, lateral movement away from the ropes, bouncing up and down. Continues to work his rhythm, his timing.
And that's another thing that I find frustrating. I'm sorry, Justin. That a fighter tries to do what he was supposed to do the entire fight in the last round.
Yeah, of course. But then, you know, Gallegos isn't really throwing too much right now. I want Gallegos to just keep doing what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Don't try and just survive this round. Keep, you know, pressing the pace and make him uncomfortable.
And he did it there with a double left hand to the face. Jab and a punch to the body again. I'm really enjoying the punch placement of Kaipo Gallegos. There's no real predictable patterns, despite the fact the 1-2 has been there all night.
And I think that is why Gonzalez hasn't been able to counterpunch him as easily. Again, like you said.
Short left hand, another left hand lands for Gallegos upstairs.
Yeah, we talked about that 0-for-4 day at the plate. Gallegos is kind of like a pitcher that's very deceptive. You can't really tell where his shots are coming from or where they're going to end up.
Different tempos. There's another double jab and beautiful defense there by Gallegos. He's been mixing it up, going upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, and that defense at the end was great for Gallegos.
Yeah, he's staying in tight and getting under those shots. So we'll see if Gonzalez kind of goes back to that uppercut, especially when Gallegos stays in there and kind of moves his head.
Despite the first knockdown of his career in round 3, Kaipo Gallegos showing why he's a highly touted prospect who may be ready for the next level here in his hometown of Las Vegas.
And here's the highlights of how this fight went. The right hand that started off working really good for Gonzalez. And there's a knockdown. Especially there, the knockdown that put down Gallegos for the first time in his career. But it was the way he came back, Gallegos, in this fight. There it is, another right hand. But that wasn't the whole story. Gallegos coming back brilliantly with his combination punching, with the pressure, smart pressure, the straight left hands. I mean,
through the guard, too.
Yeah, through the guard. I mean, just brilliant work from Gallegos, young fighter, that he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
It's evidence, though, in these highlights, just how effective that Gonzalez right hand was. There's a bob to it. Unable to sustain it.
Yeah, he has a huge power early, then it will kind of fade as it goes on, as well as Gallegos taking it away.
All right, let's get the official decision. Here's Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judges Patricia Morse-Jarman and Corey Santos both see it 97-92. And Judge Chris McGlory sees it 98-91. All three judges in agreement for your winner by unanimous decision, Kaipo Gallegos.
So the Las Vegas prospect overcomes the first adversity of his career, improving to 12-0-1. A lightweight to keep your eyes on, Kaipo Gallegos. All right, let's go back up to the desk. Here's Brian Custer.
Hey, Mo, thank you very much. You know what? Instead of saying, hey, Mo, how about hey, Ma? Joining us with this Grammy Award-winning rapper, the host of the popular show, It Is What It Is, the brother's multi-talented. Cameron, Killer Cam's in the building.
Brian, thanks for having me. How you doing, man?
It's good, it's good.
Good to see you again, man.
It's good to have you here.
Absolutely.
Look, me and BC were talking about the main event, obviously coming up on pay-per-view later on tonight. Right. When you got Sebastian Fundora, Keith Thurman. Look, you've been here all week.
Yes.
You spoke to both of them. Yes. Give me your thoughts on the main event.
Well, the thing about it is this. I was coming into the fight saying that, listen, you can argue if Keith Thurman is undefeated now. We know he lost to Pacquiao, but he did enough where some people said that he came back and possibly won that fight. But is it Keith one-time Thurman or Keith once upon a time Thurman? That's the question, right? He's been inactive, 2 fights in the last 5 years, 2 knockouts in the last 10 years. That's the question. But I don't like to say anybody's going to lose till we actually see him lose. I don't count Pacquiao, he's a legend. But we've seen Fundora in trouble before, but he's made progress since those fights. I told them, don't ask me to the 3rd round.
Okay.
I don't know exactly who's going to win to the 3rd round, but I think that it's really good. Fundora doesn't really use his reach. He fights more phone booth style, even though he has an 80-inch reach advantage over 69 to Keith Thurman. This is going to be really, really tough to predict, but I think by round 3 we'll see what's going to happen.
Okay, so we're going to come back to you in round 3.
They said they're going to find me.
Yeah, we're going to find you. You talked about Keith Thurman. Listen, Keith Thurman has had a lot of great names on his resume. Take a look at this. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia among them, but he has never been this big of an underdog in his career. And as he gets ready to face a tall task in the Towering Inferno, I'm talking about Sebastian Fundora. Again, take a look here. Thurman's background. He started boxing at the age of 7 in a YMCA program. Look, he was a frequent sparring partner of the Hall of Famer Winky Wright, who will be here in attendance tonight. He's never lost to a taller opponent, as he is 5-0, 4 knockouts. Tough. I'm telling you, this is the first time, though, that he is fighting someone taller than 6 foot. It has been quite a journey for one time.
One thing that gives Keith Thurman so much confidence, why does he talk the way he talks? Why does he walk the way he walks? He's just that cocky. He just loves to make people laugh. Oh, he's a character. The reason why I talk the way I do when it comes to boxing is experience and experience alone. You watch this.
We'll talk about Thurman.
While Keith Thurman lives this. And I've been living this life for 30 years. 30 years in the making. Come Saturday night on the 28th, this is not 1 year of boxing. This is 30 years of manifestation that the world is about to witness. All the running, all the bag work, all the sit-ups, all the sparring, the good days, the bad days, the days I didn't want to be in the gym. There's just so much to this sport, from the amateurs to the pros. 7-time national champion. I was going for the Olympic dream, then I went for the world titles. I got to be a world champion on 2 different occasions, and now I'm going for that 3rd world title. This is just what boxing is about, man. This is a history in the making. Great champions become champions again. One more time. Let's go, baby. Greatness.
Suffice to say, the toughest opponent that Keith Thurman has faced has been injuries, which have derailed his career more than anything. Started in February 2016, he had a neck injury from a car crash, he had an elbow, hand problems, and then in March of 2024, torn bicep during fight week, which opened the door for Sebastian Fundora to take his place on short notice, and he beat Tim Tszyu to become the super welterweight champ. And BC, I think some people forget, when he's healthy, Keith Thurman is one of the best in the business.
I think there's a big what if to say what would the second half of his career look like if he had drawn those fights against Errol Spence, against Bud Crawford, but that's not going to happen. What's going to happen here is Keith Thurman at 37 years old moving up to 154 pounds. And the fact that he hasn't taken consistent punishment, I think is a big part of his confidence. He told us this fight is about one thing, not size difference, skill difference. So he knows, yes, he's going to have to get a little bit dirty against the big puncher in Fundora, but he thinks ultimately it's going to be his quickness, his footwork, his technique, all those qualities that once made him a pound for pound great. That's going to be too much for the Towering Inferno to handle.
What do you think, Cam?
Well, listen, I had the Towering Inferno before Wednesday. After the press conference that I went to, actually I interviewed both of them on Wednesday. That's why I can't call it. Keith Thurman sold me. He sold me on him beating Fundora. I had this absolutely Fundora, and he walked in and he told me how it's going to be a cerebellum and his medulla that reminded him when he was going to get knocked out and so on and so forth. And I'm like, well, maybe he knows something that we don't.
Right.
And he convinced me, but to be honest with you, like I said, I only, like you said when you first started this, his biggest opponent is injuries.
Yeah.
You know, and the pandemic as well. You know, very much, a lot of inactivity. But as far as who's going to win, I don't know, but I don't want to go against Keith Thurman. He sold me Wednesday to at least say maybe a draw. I had Towering Inferno, definitely. Wednesday he sold me off the
off the mouth. I love it. No better trash talker than Keith Thurman.
Yes.
Hey, take a look at the entire pay-per-view card that's coming your way later on tonight. Now, before the main event, you'll see the only man who's beaten Sebastian Fundora. That's Brayan Mendoza. He's taking on the hard-hitting Yoenis Tellez. Before that, you'll see the unbeaten Cuban, Yoenli Hernandez. He's taking on the U.S. Olympian, former world title challenger, Terrell Gausha. And, of course, we'll begin the night with heavyweights. All right. Listen, a lot of people here in Sin City getting their day going. Those of you at home, get comfortable. Get that pay-per-view, order it. You see the QR code right there on your screen. That's how you can order it. Let's go back ringside. We got more free boxing for you. Here's Mo.
Oh boy, Killer Cameron has a big-time future in this business. Good stuff. Let's get to the next fight, shall we? I hope you can hear me, because I can't hear myself. It's Brayan Gonzalez versus Brandon Medina. What the fuck is happening? I can't hear. Here's Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will continue the action with First on Prime. This bout is being promoted by TGP Promotions, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Our three judges ringside for this one are Max DeLuca, Lisa Giampa, and John McCarthy. The referee in charge of the action is Alan Huggins. And now Premier Boxing Champions presents 6 rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first in the red corner wearing the black and silver trunks. He weighed in at 124.6 pounds. His record stands 7 victories, opposite of 4 defeats. Representing Morelia, Michoacan, Mexico, here is Brandon Medina. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the black with yellow trim. He weighed in at an even 125 pounds. His record stands a perfect 4 victories, 3 by knockout, no defeats. Representing Phoenix, Arizona, here is the exciting Brayan Gonzalez.
Okay, gentlemen, you both receive your instructions. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Here, on up is good. Here, on up is good. Now, gloves, both of you.
All right, let's try this again, shall we? Brayan Gonzalez, the southpaw, 4-0 with 3 knockouts against Brandon Medina. He is 7-4. and has been stopped once in his career fighting for the first time in Las Vegas. Gonzalez 3-0 with 2 KOs in Sin City, and Gonzalez is the one that everyone has their eyes on as he continues to matriculate his professional career. Needless to say, a great start, a stablemate, a middleweight contender, Jesus Ramos Jr. In fact, he's trained by Jesus Ramos Sr.
Yeah, but he said he's surrounded by greatness being in that stable, especially with Abel Ramos as well. But be on the lookout with Gonzalez. He's a great counterpuncher, especially with that. He's got a strong right hand, throws a ball righty, but he boxes lefty.
Medina facing his second southpaw opponent in his last 4 fights, lost to Noli Valenzuela back in July of 2024. It's his 5th consecutive and 6th career fight against an undefeated fighter. So, again, you look at his record, not the greatest, but he's been tested.
Definitely has. Knocked down as well twice in that last fight. But, you know, he keeps getting back up.
Yeah, he's been down 4 times, but the knockout was on his feet.
Yep, and that tells you that in order to stop this guy, you're going to have to really force that ref's hand at it. But you'll see one thing with Medina, he lunges in like that, and that's where a counterpuncher like Pau could really find success, coming over that jab with a check right hook.
Young bloods getting a chance to showcase their skills on the big stage. The 20-year-old Gonzalez, the southpaw, on his back foot right now. And again, as always, with orthodox and lefties, you look for that lead foot battle. And Medina trying to find the target, but kind of wild so far in his attack.
Yeah, a little bit wild. He will lunge into those shots. Like I said, he kind of is open for a few counters, but he's also going to keep trying to win. He has beat a 10-0 opponent before.
I'll just go to
But you see right now, Abner Pau is just pretty much, he's looking for that counter. He's shooting that left to the body, but really looking for that check right hook.
Yeah, really smart first round for Pau. I mean, it's a steady round for him. I thought he was going to start a little bit faster, being, you know, that he has got 3 knockouts and he's never been past 4 rounds, but he's taking his sweet time. It is you know, a 6-round fight, so he knows that it's round by round.
Final minute of the first, and just in terms of composure, the body language right now, you see 20-year-old Gonzalez maybe mature beyond his years, while the 26-year-old Medina trying to navigate the southpaw, but having little success. Oh, and a counter right there by Gonzalez.
Yeah, he came around, looped that left hand, kind of caught Medina on top, then turned
Medina's
and had that left
wild.
hand,
He is leaving himself open to big-time counter shots.
And then Gonzalez taking advantage of those opportunities. Big shots that he landed. Still, you know, he hasn't heard Medina, but it seems like it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, more of a feeling out round with 10 seconds left. Gonzalez, 7 of 28. Medina, just 3 of 35. Let's check in with Jordan Platt. And we will apologize for the technical difficulties. This is why we do the prelims, my friends. Get all the...
well, if you could read lips, you might have been able to. But yeah, you see there's Jesus Ramos Sr. right there.
You don't have to read lips if you're in the Gonzalez corner. That was a good opening round. Then again, my life has been one big technical difficulty, Abner.
No, don't say that, Mauro.
All right, we get things started now here in round 2. The unbeaten Brayan Gonzalez and Brandon Medina, who has lost 3 of his last 4 fights after starting 5-0. So brought in more to see a bit of a measuring stick for Brayan Gonzalez and where he's at right now at the age of 20.
Yep, and look, as we said before, there's a great straight left hand right there from Pau Gonzalez, but Medina has faced undefeated. Yep. That's where his losses are coming from. But he does lunge in with those, and that's where those counters are coming from.
Of course, as we mentioned, there's class, there's levels to the sport, and you can just see the training of Brayan Gonzalez, who, again, under the tutelage of Jesus Ramos Jr., turned pro a month before his 19th birthday. This is his second scheduled 6-rounder. He has completed 4 rounds once. That was a win over James Mulder as Medina was knocked off balance there with that shot. And another left hand lands. And boy, Gonzalez, now be careful, doubling over, leaving himself open to some shots.
A little bit right there, but Abner, how do you like to see that composure that you see from Kaipo Gonzalez?
I love
he looks
it.
like he
I love
belongs
it.
here.
And it seemed that you could read it, that it was just a matter of time. This is a patient fighter, great corner that's telling him, okay, relax, you know, it's gonna come. Don't rush it, and that's what is happening, and it almost happened. He almost knocked down Medina.
Yeah, Gonzalez has POW written on the front of his trunks. That's his nickname. He has to live up to it, and so far he's trying to do that with those left hands. But again, it's still very much a tactical battle, if you will. It's only 6 rounds, so it's more a sprint than a marathon, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, look, even Gonzalez himself, he said that he's a self-described bit of a slow starter. And he said that he's happy that he's finally going to be in that 6th round because he likes to break down opponents. A little bit of a headbutt right there. But Gonzalez is doing a great job following that left hand with the right hook.
And then another thing is that Medina has a really awkward style. He throws punches really wildly, so you don't want to be in the middle or in front of those punches. So I think that's why Gonzalez staying at that reach and being patient.
Yeah,
single-digit output in terms of connects with 40 seconds left in the second. Medina trying to build something off the jab, but he's just, there's no setup to his attack. It's like he's punching blindly at times.
Well, look, he's going to try and come to the body.
Countered left hand by Gonzalez.
That was a great job out of Gonzalez right there. He was able to kind of turn out and finish with that left hand coming in over.
There's another sharp left hand by Gonzalez. Final 15 seconds of the second. Medina lunging in. Gonzalez moves his head off center line and lands another thunderous left hand.
Yeah, he's found at home with that left already.
Oh, and another left, and that spun him around. Remember, Medina's been down 4 times in his career.
Buena. Nomás hay que, ahorita ya está empezando a entrar más golpes.
Really good. A lot of more punch throwing. You're landing a lot more, but I want more volume, okay?
All of it's working. Todo está trabajando.
Everything's working.
¿Cómo te sientes? Tú sabes, un poquito más.
How are you feeling? Good? You'll know, you feel it in there. Okay.
Un ritmo, tú sabes, un ritmo más.
Better rhythm, okay?
Get your breathing. Vamos en el segundo.
Back in the second.
Nice and composed. Those combinations together, you get them out of there, okay? Lo vamos bajando poco a poco.
Let's get him out, and the perfect time right there. Left hand, right hook by Gonzalez. And I like how left hand right there, and the left hand have found a home. There it is again, and that's the left hand that spun him, and he made him do the 360 right there.
No, spun him like a top with that left hand, but he did that quick little right hand. That's that power in that right hand, because it's his strong hand. He's able to kind of shovel it down, overhand right almost with that check hook.
It is round 3 scheduled for 6 in the featherweight division. In round 2, Gonzalez 12 of 37, Medina just 4 of 44. And not much work downstairs. Gonzalez with 1 body punch landing to 0 for Medina.
Yeah, and look, you heard Jesus Ramos very composed in the corner in that corner as well.
Oh,
but he wants him to put a little bit more combinations together.
And there it is. Combination. Yeah. Blistering hand speed.
You know what I like about Gonzalez as well? He's able to loop that left hand in, but he's also able to spin out left as a lefty and make him miss with that right hand and follow with that left hand, Abner.
Yeah, no, he's doing everything right. I like how he's listening to his corner. Once they told him let those hands go, more combinations, we're seeing just that.
Yeah, and that's also due to the fact that he also gets to work with Jesus and Abel Ramos, and he says those guys just play such an influence on his career.
Gonzalez able to avoid almost everything coming from Medina, landing the left hand, and again, nice pull counter with the left by Gonzalez.
Yeah, and Gonzalez is kind of known for that check right hook, but he's
right
showing that left hand as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the left has been a go-to weapon for him in this one. There's a left hook to the body by Medina, but Medina's footwork, crossing his legs, it's just not aesthetically pleasing, although there was a nice right hand. Almost a shovel punch from Medina.
Well, like Abner said, he's an awkward fighter, and that could take a little bit of time to kind of work out an awkward type fighter, but Gonzalez is not really having too much trouble at the moment.
No, it was that jab that's dictating everything for Gonzalez. And again, you know, he's not staying in the inside, and he's not doing anything out of the ordinary to get caught and catch by a wild punch by Medina.
Body shot by Gonzalez. Under a minute left in the first half of the sixth. There's a left hand by Medina and a body shot from Medina, but Gonzalez remains composed under the first real fire from Medina, but good composure by the 20-year-old.
Yeah, that was you saw Medina kind of short in that left hook and was able to catch Gonzalez with it, but like you said, Gonzalez was not fazed by at all. Got right back to work.
30 seconds left in the third round. There's a body shot again.
Yeah, a lot of patience from Medina, but I'm sorry, Gonzalez, but I want this fourth round coming up, I want to see a little bit more activity, a lot of more punches thrown by him. You know, he's seeing that everything's landing, well, why not let him go?
Yeah, and he could really start, instead of kind of using that probe and jab, kind of really start sticking it with that jab and really forcing Medina back.
Left hand and then left and a right. Good sequence for Brayan Gonzalez. All right, coming up on pay-per-view, two-time middleweight challenger Terrell Gausha takes on unbeaten Cuban Yoenli Hernandez. Gausha is standing by with our Jordan Plant.
Terrell, you have that old school mentality about you. What are you looking to teach Hernandez tonight?
It's not really about teaching him something. It's just about me being who I am and just doing what I do. It's about me tonight.
You've had close fights not go your way. How do you make sure you go away with the win tonight?
I've been training hard. You know, I never took my foot off the gas after my last fight. You know, sometimes in boxing it be like that. You don't get the decision, but we're gonna be sharp. We're gonna be strong, and we're gonna do what we gotta do to get the win.
Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much, Jordan Plant. Mamma mia, that's all I could say, boys.
Yeah.
All right, round number 4. Medina misses with the lunging left.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Gausha's going to be in a... If anyone could do it, it could be Gausha. He's been around long enough, but he's going against a young, hungry guy in Yo-Yo. And I'll tell you, Yo-Yo's a mean dude as well. But here's Gonzalez looking for that kind of step to that outside left hand.
Yeah, he's staying very composed, very focused. A bit straight up and down, but it hasn't affected him yet.
Yeah, because he's making Medina lunge in. He's not really given that, and he's able to take that step
back. And that
back.
left hand, you're right, step back and throw the left. And again, he's outside of the lead foot of the orthodox.
And Medina's a little shorter puncher and definitely not at the range where he can catch Gonzalez. But again, I like how Gonzalez closed the last round, and I would want to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah, Medina has a half of an inch advantage in the wingspan, 66 to 65 and a half, but he's the one trying to rattle Gonzalez, and Gonzalez continues to just be textbook.
Yeah, Gonzalez is pretty much thinking if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but he can choose to do it. He's still got a couple more rounds left, but I do like when he's upright, he's still inching that foot closer while leaning back, kind of being a little bit of deceptive and making Medina lunge in, but still in range to counter him. You'll see it right there. And that left hook, or that right hook for a righty to see, it kind of comes from a blind spot, Abner. Especially when he whips it and loops it like that.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Right hand down the middle for Medina.
Yeah, make it a little bit more uncomfortable for Gonzalez. Throw those looping punches, but not just one at a time, 2, 3. Yeah. If you want to make a little bit closer fight, if you're Medina.
Gonzalez goes back to the body. Not a lot of offense in this fight.
Yeah, especially after he's throwing so many looping shots, and they are successful, but you can kind of change the pace and go right down the middle.
Again, catches him with the left. Medina's right hand is just down.
Yeah. More stationary now, Medina as well. He's staying on the ropes. He's actually calling Gonzalez to come in.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. And now he might be trying to, wish Gonzalez comes in so he can finally get some offense off. So maybe it is smart that Gonzalez isn't really going in there and giving Medina what he wants.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and that's what Medina wants. He's like, come in, I want to hit you with something.
Please.
You're too far.
Final half minute of the fourth.
We'll see if Thurman actually going to have to do that at some point tonight.
Well, he talked about using deception, misdirection, And of course, the lateral movement, those 37-year-old legs will be put to the test. But as they talked about it at the desk, the one thing about Keith Thurman, may not have been the most active fighter in recent years, but despite those long layoffs, has still looked the part
Yeah,
in the
he
fights.
he lives a clean life. I'll tell you that, he's worried about all that.
Got it.
Ok, papá. Ok, Pau. La vamos ganando fácil, tranquilito, pero ¿qué quiere pelear más en tele? Un poquito más de presión, no le hace nada a este morro. Y lo puedes bajar, ¿no? Que no. Pap, pap, pap. Jab, jab, that zurda y pum, y pon una pinche presión machín. Andas bien, ¿no?
That aggressiveness, please. Pressure.
Nos vamos a darle con todo, güey. Ya está listo, pues ya ahorita ya pasó toda la de esta. Porque sí te mira bonito, está ganando la de esta, pero hay que tirar un poquito más el jab y la zurdita sentarte en el golpe. Pum, y vas al cuerpo y papa y no lo dejes. Y cada vez que vaya a pasar tantito, ponle esa presión.
Of course, as a 20-year-old youngster, Brayan Gonzalez, you want to stay as active as possible, yet he's ending a career-long 301-day layoff. He's looking for his 4th straight knockout, and that could also be attributable to why, you know, he started off the way he has. It's been beneficial. He hasn't been pushed.
Yeah.
And do you expect him to increase the offensive output, or, as you mentioned, if it ain't broke, don't fix it?
Well, that's the thing that he was saying in the fighter meetings, because I asked him, we'll see it. You finally move it in that 6-round range, and he said he's excited. He wants to break guys down, so we'll see if he could really start breaking them down and get them out of there.
Well, he's off to an aggressive start here in the 5th.
Yeah, I think he's going to start to do that. Gonzalez, the corner, really woke him up, really tell him, all right, you're doing everything beautiful, everything nice from the outside, but it's time to step it up.
Lead left hand to the body. There's a right to the body by Medina. But, I mean, no disrespect to Medina, but don't sweat the technique.
No, he's just trying to land anything, throw everything at the kitchen sink, see what's. But look, if Gonzalez wants to get him out, we mentioned the only time that Medina's been stopped, he didn't even hit the canvas.
Nope.
Gonzalez is going to have to really just pour it on and force the ref's hand, because it doesn't look like one shot's going to get him out of there. It might drop him, but not get him
Medina
out.
went down twice in his most recent fight. That loss to Zachary Sam back in December of 2025. Was knocked down twice more against Gary Hampton. So he has been on the canvas, but Brayan Gonzalez, who's looking for his 4th consecutive knockout, continues to just
nice
distribute the body shots and the punches upstairs.
So Abner, right there on the ropes right in front of us. Powell was on the inside. He landed that body shot. Do you want to see him kind of keep him there? Don't take that step back. Don't let him escape. And that's how you're going to get that stoppage here.
Yeah. Of course, he'll do more damage if he stays in the inside and he lets his hands go. But I could also see why he doesn't want to, because, again, there's wild punches being thrown by Medina.
Of course, yeah. But now Medina also has no knockouts himself.
Nope.
So, you know.
Yeah, take that risk, of course. There it is.
There, but then he answers back with a left hand. Another sharp left hand.
And that's it. Whoa.
Excuse me.
Nice.
Alan Huggins, referee. No, it's a bad stoppage. Just it was. Yes, Medina was being beaten, but give him a chance to go out on his shield and give Gonzalez a chance to close the show.
Of course, I think he took a lot from Gonzalez. I think Gonzalez was on the verge of perhaps stopping him, hurting him more, but that was a really bad stoppage from the referee.
Well, Medina could take solace in the fact that he's been stopped twice, both times on his feet.
That's the way to get him. But yeah, you see it right there. Medina he had his wits about him. The ref obviously is trying to prevent further damage, but I would have liked to see if Gonzalez has that ability to really put it on you and really kind of make the ref stop him, because that one was...
Well, it seemed like it was on the verge to that. It seemed like he was going to try to do just that, Gonzalez.
But he kind of hurt both of them in that
the referee
but
hurt
then,
exactly
to be fair
everyone.
to Alan Huggins, did he see something we didn't see?
Of course. In the referee's job is fighter safety. He saw that Medina wasn't going to win the fight, and he probably just wanted to save him for, fight another day.
Sure. Medina drops to 7-5, the second time he's been stopped, but the headline is the 20-year-old youngster Brayan Gonzalez fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona. who improves to 5-0 and a perfect 4-0 here in Las Vegas, wanting to continue his evolution as a featherweight fighter to watch.
Yeah, and you see him right there. I mean, it took nothing away from him. Powell can't control that, but good night for him anyway.
Let's make it official with Miguel Flores.
At 1 minute and 57 seconds of round number 5. For your winner, by TKO and still undefeated, Brayan Gonzalez.
So Brayan Gonzalez, the 20-year-old youngster, stays unbeaten and picks up his 4th stoppage victory as we go back to Brian Custer and company.
Sin City, the entertainment capital of the world. Of course, our pay-per-view is coming up later on tonight. How do you order it? Right there. There's a QR code right there on your screen. You can use a tablet, you can use your iPhone, whatever you got, your Android. Just scan that QR code. Make sure you purchase the pay-per-view. Now, in the main event, you're going to see this 6'5.5" Towering Inferno, an imposing figure in any sport, but especially in that 154-pound division. Let's take a look at some of the facts here on the Towering Inferno. Do you know he is the tallest world champion outside the heavyweight division in boxing history? His 80-inch reach is the average wingspan of a bald eagle. And his younger sister, Gabriella, she just so happens to be the undisputed Ring Magazine flyweight champion of the world. And you know, for the Fundoras, fighting has always been a family affair.
I think our family unit, you know, all of us feed off of each other, but definitely Dad being the role model for all of us. Of course, Mom as well, you know, but whenever we get out of line, he's the one who keeps us back in our lane, stay in our lane, you know, and that helps a lot.
One of the basics that my parents taught Sebastian and I was having respect. Respect for yourself, first off, because you can't do anything without having the initial respect. Then to have respect for others, have respect for my father, who's our coach as well, the time that he puts into us, make sure we're there and doing what we need to do. Then staying humble. We're a small group. It's me, my father, and Sebastian always. We're always connected. We're just always together. You're never going to see one without the other, and we're always bonded, and whether it be my little brother, whether it be my little sister, my mom, my dad, Sebastian, we're always together doing something. So no matter what, you're always going to see a pair. It's just we're just one, especially fight time. We just become in sync, and we're all having the one mindset. We don't have to speak to know that we're on the same page, that I know what you're thinking. So the we is just another trait that we have that isn't intentional, but it's like NASCAR. You don't need to go tell them to go change the tires or what to fix, and everybody already knows what their job is, and with that, I think it's the same with us.
Listen, it's hard not to like the Fundora family.
Yes.
They're very close-knit. And let me tell you something, they look like school teachers because of what they got. But then they get in the ring and they kill us.
Yes.
And the thing about it, Sebastian Fundora, and I know you talked about it, you said, hey, look, I'd like to see him use that reach. But he did it in the last fight against Tim Tszyu. And I'm telling you, if he fights like that again tonight, he's a tough out for anybody, let alone Keith Thurman.
I mean, look, when are you going to find sparring partners in any gym that are 154 pounds and nearly 6'6"? You know, one of the most intriguing part of this main event matchup tonight is what Keith Thurman is going to have to overcome. 9 inches in height, 11 inches in reach. So you can say what you want about Fundora's skills, and boy, has he evolved, as we talked about, and really made a great comeback from this knockout loss to Brian Mendoza. But you can't deal with that. I don't care if you're faster. I don't care if you have better technique. If he's sitting down on his punches and commanding from distance, it's a different ball game.
You know, Cam, it's funny because you talk to all these fighters who fought him, and they say, we brought in guys who are like 6'4", so tall, and then I got in there, and they said his activity, and he punches harder than I thought he did. He is a mismatch nightmare for any fighter.
He's throwing over 60 punches around. Yeah. Not only that, he's 6'6", so he's definitely, like you said, sitting down on his punches. 65 punches per round is a lot for anybody to deal with. So we see what happens. But to bring it up, they are like school teachers. They're very nice. And I said, you may not even be the best Fundora in the house. So shout out to his sister and his father. Because they may be better than Sebastian, but that's just good. The Fundora family is.
They, by the way, they say have a younger sister, Fabiola, who's called Twisted Sister. They said she's even better.
Wait, how old is she?
She's 11. Wow. She's 11. They said she's better than all of them.
Wow.
Yes,
wow.
absolutely.
So we're looking forward to seeing her as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, look, I want you to take a look here, folks, here. Obviously, at the entire fight card that'll come your way here on the main event. But before we get to that, here's the championship history here of Sebastian Fundora. Look, he's 3-0, unbeaten in world title fights. He has fought a total of 23 championship rounds. The guy is money when it's under the big lights and the big stage. And I'm telling you what, that's the thing about Fundora here. You take this guy lightly, and all of a sudden you find yourself on your back because of his skills.
Look, the thing about him is he's got a willingness to brawl. Is it always in his best interest to brawl? You could argue from a stylistic standpoint, no, but he's willing to do that. He's got a great chin. Yeah. He bounced back from that mistake he made in the Brayan Mendoza fight where he suffered a knockout loss. And we saw it in the first bout against Tim Tszyu in 2024 when Fundora stepped in on late notice to replace an injured Keith Thurman. That was one of the bloodiest back and forth battles we've seen in modern boxing history. But it was Fundora within the war, working the jab, staying patient, staying poised. He's completely humble outside the ring. He said, I don't live an extravagant life. I don't have hobbies. I can't dunk a basketball. If you're wondering, by the way, at nearly 6'6", their life is boxing, and he's willing to go through whatever he has to win a fight. It's not just about getting inside his jab. You're going to have to fight toe-to-toe to beat him.
You talked about the guy who beat him, Brayan Mendoza. You will see him on the co-main of the pay-per-view card. Right now, he's with our Jordan Plan.
Thank you, Brian. Brian, you have seen a lot of different styles in boxing, but what excites you the most about this matchup with Tellez?
It's just, I feel like it's a perfect opportunity for me to showcase all the skills and everything we've been drilling in the gym. You're going to see a lot more technical version. Still very exciting. I still like to get these knockouts and these emphatic, upset victories, but you're just going to see me do it a little smarter, coming behind the jab and stuff like that, and just setting up, certain angles and just intelligence behind it.
Are we going to see you working that jab from the beginning, or is that something that you're going to kind of bring on later in the fight?
I have a 15-round jab if I need it. That's something we've been working on a lot. I think is going to play a big factor in this fight, and we're just going to be just jabbing the hell out of them and working off of that. Letting that open things up and just setting up off of it. But that's going to be basically a pretty big base to the whole game plan.
You said you love when your back's against the wall, and you are the B-side in this fight. Can fans expect you to maybe have an upset tonight?
Oh, that's exactly what they can expect. I can almost guarantee it. I've been, manifesting, just preparing, just mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I'm completely ready for this. Sort of, short notice they think, but I've been working on this, with Rich Barrientos for over a year. So, and honestly, our game plan pretty much goes into the things that we were focusing on even before then. So I really feel like everything's just lining up, so I have to thank God, for bringing everything together, and I'm just grateful to be here and, co-main event, MGM Grand, it's what everybody dreams about, just being on these big cards in Vegas like this. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to show out and show that I belong at the top of this division.
Speaking of top of the division, if this fight goes your way, you've been saying you want that rematch with Fundora. Is that what you would want next?
What I want is the belts, because at the end of the day, I got the knockout. I won that fight. So if he has the belts, of course, that's the reason, I've been pushing for that. But if Thurman pulls off the upset, which is very likely, I feel like people are counting Thurman out a little too much. I just want the winner, because the winner has the belts. I want everybody, this is a stacked division. It's one of the most exciting divisions in boxing, and I'm ready for that. So I want the belts. So if Thurman pulls off the upset, I want Thurman. If Fundora holds on to him, I still got his number, so we're ready to go with whoever.
Well, guys, you heard it here. He's looking to fight the winner of tonight's fight. Brian, back to you.
Okay, Jordan, thank you very much. Brayan Mendoza, of course, he's the only man to have beaten Sebastian Fundora. Give me your thoughts. You will see him, obviously, Brayan Mendoza, in the co-main here.
Right.
What do you think about Brayan Mendoza?
Oh, I don't know if you're talking about UFC. Like you said, he's the only one to beat Sebastian, and not just beat him, he knocks him out.
Yep.
So when you see somebody like Mendoza and everybody's giving Sebastian all this praise, they're like, come on, my guy, I knocked him out. This who y'all love? I bet. I'll take him, but I really want the belts. And if he has the belts, matter of fact, I got his number. I'll holler at him directly. I like his attitude. I would love to see a rematch, and I'm looking forward to it, but I like his attitude about it.
And, you know, he takes a lot of fights on short notice.
Yes.
And, you know, here's the thing about Brayan Mendoza, and I like that his honesty. He said, look, I got that knockout of Fundora, and all of a sudden, I kind of fell in love with this right hand because I thought, like, okay, this is my power hand. I'm the big puncher now at 154. He took a couple of losses, and he says he feels like his back is against the wall once again. He needs to show that I deserve, as he talked about at the elite level.
Yeah, he called himself a short notice superstar. And by the way, he scored an upset knockout of former unified champion Jason Rosario in this same circumstance on short notice, but in shape. Look, I don't want to talk too much about the man's abs, but he didn't look like he took the fight on short notice, and that is what he has been saying all along this week, that preparation met opportunity. When he got the call, he called it a golden call, phone call to fill in on short notice in the co-main event. It just so happened to be the same card of the fighter that he knocked out, and while he said it wasn't a conscious decision to become more of just a puncher cocking the right hand and following his opponents around, he did fall in love with his power. So the work in the camp leading up to this has been about bringing back technique, setting up his punches regularly, using his jab to do that. He's hungry, he's in shape, he's got a chip on his shoulder in the right ways. This guy could be a dangerous wild card in this division who has tasted the top level, has gotten humbled, and now wants another bite at the top.
And you know, Killer, the one thing about Sebastian Fundora, he talked to us about how that loss told him, you know what? Maybe I need to stop fighting in a phone booth and use my reach.
Yes, exactly. Listen, man, like you just said, it's the 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So even though he's a short notice fighter, I think if he has the proper preparation, he thinks mentally, I should be the champion. So we'll see what happens with Mendoza, but I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing Brayan Mendoza fight, and I'm looking forward to see what Sebastian Fundora we get out of the champion tonight. Will he be a guy who he says, you know what, sometimes I just like to bang and fight on the inside, and we'll see a lot of uppercuts, or will he use that reach and just pick apart Keith Thurman, because he's going to have to try to chase him down, because you know Thurman's
Keith Thurman may be the one that decides that.
Well, let me tell you something. I told you how Keith Thurman sold me on talking the other day when I interviewed both of them. Fundora just laughed it off, so he scared me too. Because he said, I know he's like, he said, I don't see anybody can talk longer than a minute. That's the real talent that he has. I said, the real talent that Keith Thurman has? So yeah, his real talent is talking longer than a minute. A minute is a long time for me. I said, you're scary too, because he's just sitting there laughing. We'll see what happens when we punch each other in the face. So it's not too late to go to Prime, order the fight tonight. If you're in the Vegas area, make sure you get some tickets. There's a few tickets left, and we can't look forward to the fight tonight, man.
Sebastian Fundora, his motto, silence is violence.
Yes.
Here's a look at the entire fight card on pay-per-view. You will see, of course, at the top is Sebastian Fundora defending his title against one-time Keith Thurman. You'll see Yoenis Tellez taking on Brayan Mendoza. Yoenli Hernandez, unbeaten. They think he could be the guy at middleweight, taking on Terrell Gachet. And we'll begin with heavyweights. Gergen Hovhannissian will start things off. Listen, you can buy the fight there on pay-per-view. Just scan the QR code. You see it there in the corner of your screen. Now, time for more prelim action here. First on Prime, back to ringside. Here's Morrow.
Thank you very much, Brian. It's a feature attraction of the PBC Prelims on Prime Video. Scheduled for 10 rounds in the super middleweight division, Elijah Garcia, the southpaw, 17-1 with 13 knockouts. And he will take on the second coming, Kevin Newman II, 18-3-1 with 11 knockouts. Again, scheduled for 168 pounds. Garcia's debut, And we will now get the official introductions from Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This bout is promoted by TGV Promotions, sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Our three judges ringside for this one are Kermit Bayless, Eric Chief, and David Sutherland. The referee in charge of the action is Harvey Dowd. And now it is now time for our first on Prime featured bout of the evening. Premier Boxing Champions presents 10 rounds in the super middleweight division. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the red and silver trunks. He weighed in at 171.4 pounds. With 18 victories, 11 by knockout, opposite of 3 defeats and 1 draw. Representing Las Vegas, Nevada, here is Kevin, the second coming Newman. And now introducing his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the red and black trunks. He weighed in at 171.4 pounds. His record stands 17 victories, 13 by knockout, and just 1 blemish. Proudly representing Phoenix, Arizona, here's the hard-hitting Elijah Garcia.
Okay, guys, we received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, touch him up, good luck.
All right, Elijah Garcia coming off a controversial victory over Terrell Gausha. Before that, suffering his lone loss, 10-round split decision against Kyron Davis. Don't want to kick a guy when he's down. This was supposed to be 168 pounds, but a week ago they changed it to 172 pounds. Was that Garcia's decision?
Well, yeah, that's what Newman said. He's okay with it. And Newman,
shouldn't that be criticized?
Well, look, it's more criticized as long as the contracted one. You know, it wasn't like he blew up that day before. It was predetermined a few weeks ago, and Newman says he has no problem with it. In fact, the last 4 of Newman's fights have been above 170.
Yet Abner, this is the fight we're going to focus, but he's missed weight before, and observers right now are divided on whether Garcia is still progressing or stalling at a critical stage of his career.
Yeah, and that's what he's going to answer tonight. I mean, he made this change. He's no longer with Bob Santos. He went back to what was working with him, which was his father. So his father's trained him for this fight, George Garcia.
Just 22 years of age, a 4th-generation fighter. He became a father and a professional fighter at the age of 16. There's still plenty of upside, no doubt about it. But Kevin Newman II taking this opportunity on a 7-fight winning streak, including 5 KOs, and he's fighting a southpaw for the first time in 4.5 years. That's 7 fights ago, but he's here to take advantage and make a name for himself at Elijah Garcia's expense.
Well, I'll tell you this, I think for the first time in Elijah Garcia's career, he's taking a step back right now, which is very interesting, and that might be something that they worked on. You know, he's a lot of moves coming, and Newman's having success there.
Yeah, he's got a 7-win winning streak, Newman, so he's on a high train right now. He's hype. He knows what he's got in front of him. Garcia's a good fighter, but a fighter that is hittable, so Newman knows that.
Garcia fighting for the 5th consecutive time, scheduled for 10 rounds. So again, put on the fast track as a professional. There's Newman splitting the guard, showing some hand speed and some good punch placement.
Yeah, now Elijah's being very stationary right now, and Newman's having some success, especially with that straight right hand. Now, Newman could do that, but as Elijah said, we'll see if he could do that all 10 rounds.
Newman's best career win probably when he beat gatekeeper Marcos Hernandez back in November 2019 in a rematch of a fight Hernandez dropped Newman in and won by 6-round unanimous decision. Newman's 15th fight in Las Vegas, and it's Garcia's 6th career fight here, so both of them experienced in Sin City. Garcia now high guard.
Yeah, Newman actually made his debut here in Las Vegas on the Mayweather-Maidana II card. I think Elijah was just about 11 years old at that time. So that kind of shows you it's a bit of a crossroads matchup right here, but very different ages.
Yeah, 34-year-old Kevin Newman, just 22-year-old Elijah Garcia. So
Elijah
the first round, a good start for Newman.
Yeah.
Hello, Newman.
Little Seinfeld for you there, Abner.
Right. Yeah, I thought they both had their moments in that first round. It was a close round.
I would give it to Newman if I was, because Newman had the success earlier.
Yeah, he was 7 of 32 compared to 4 of 29 for Garcia.
Yeah, a lot of those punches landed on,
I'm sorry,
on the guard, but then you get, okay.
Looking good. So he's going to stand there with us, right where we want. Let's let him get comfortable a little bit more. Let him get...
Left shield coming on.
All right. Here, get him water. Hey. Same thing, we're gonna be here, boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna pick it up with the jab. Yeah, I know, he's trying to counter. So we're gonna stop and come over the top or hit that elbow with the jab to keep touching with the two, okay? And the hands gotta be here.
Coaches, go. Time, gentlemen, time.
Garcia coming off the first knockdown of his career in his last fight that came in round 1 against Julian Gonzalez. In March of last year, Garcia went on to win a controversial 10-round split decision, and now with round 2, Garcia looking to establish the jab.
Yeah, he said that was going to be the key for him in this fight, is establishing that jab. But you heard in the corner, even George Garcia was saying it to him, Abner.
Yeah, setting the rhythm, setting the pace for Garcia. He is that type of fighter going forward, high guard, and putting a lot more pressure than what he's doing right now. He's just standing right in front of Newman.
Is putting the pressure on, keeping his hands low, but he is blinding him with the jab and just disrupting whatever rhythm Garcia's trying to
100%,
set.
And he's going down to the body. That's something that Newman said. I know he can take the headshots. I want to test the body. He's having a lot of success so far in this first kind of
Yeah, he's outlanded him 7-5 in body shots through the first round in a minute here.
That's blinding. That's definitely a blinding jab that Newman's got going. He's not letting Garcia off. He can't get off Garcia.
And then he goes to the body. Nicely done.
And he's doing a nice job of doing that work and then getting out. Because that's what Gaché and Davis had success with, is Elijah has to lunge in and get his offense off, and those guys are able to counter him and then turn out. And that's what Newman's trying to do right here. And he's doing pretty well with it so far. Elijah hasn't thrown much of anything.
Exactly.
Newman has been the busier of the two fighters, and Garcia just trying to warm up the engine.
It seems like it, right?
Gone in the second.
Yeah, it seems like it. We've seen a lot more than from Garcia. Fighter that throws a lot more. But then again, you can't take away from what Newman is doing. That blinding jab, perfect time, placement where he's at, and every time that Garcia comes in, guess what? Newman moves out.
Garcia now firing off the double jab followed by the left, but eats that right hand down the middle from Newman. So Newman just staying active, just not using the jab to punish Garcia. It's just like you mentioned, Abner. Blind him, keep him disrupted. Now Garcia trying, and he can't find the distance with his jab.
No, he's trying to, but just like that, he lunges in there. Now, he evaded those shots, but he's going to have to, when he lunges in there, he can't just throw one punch. He's going to have to keep following him with those, especially when Newman takes that step back, because he hasn't quite turned yet. He's just going back so far as Newman.
It's a flicking jab now from Newman. And Garcia putting the pressure with the front foot, and uppercut from Garcia.
And that could be a weapon later on, Abner, because what Newman likes to do is kind of clinch on that inside, and he'll kind of lead with his head in there. Elijah's kind of looking at the moment to meet him with that uppercut if that happens.
He definitely is. And what's really interesting and caught my eye is that the fact that that jab is not, like Mo said, does not have a lot of power. So why not go in that jab, if you're Garcia? It's not doing anything. Just walk right in front of it.
We'll see in the
and get inside, get inside that distance.
When you say he's not doing anything, in round 2, Newman was 13 of 49. Garcia, 9 of 48. Single-digit connects in the first 2 rounds.
No, but I'm speaking as far as power. It's just right there. It's blinding you, but you can walk through that jab.
Huh? No matter how you don't go between the shit when you get confident, now he's getting confident. Because you're not going between the shit. You don't go between the shit, you're going to have confidence. Where's the bucket at? What's the spit bucket? What's the spit bucket?
You can do worse than having a Hall of Famer like Roy Jones Jr. in your corner.
He ain't the fighter you are. He You ain't got the speed you got. You ain't got the power you got. If you're doing this fraud shit, let him punch, he's gonna eat you up like that. You're not gonna win like that. You gotta go between his shit. Don't go between his shit, we're not winning. All right? And he get more karma because we're not going between his shit. He can't take your shit. All right?
Meanwhile, in Garcia's corner, Garcia's dad saying, work the jab up and down, up and down. Roy Jones high on Kevin Newman, says he has great hand speed, very explosive, good reflexes, good defensive skills, a few little technical adjustments, and he'll be anything he wants to be. When you hear Roy Jones Jr. say something like that, you got to be pretty high on the guy, and Kevin Newman's done well here.
Yeah, Newman's doing everything he wants to do so far at the moment. Now we'll see if Elijah is planning to kind of turn it on later.
Is that legal to flick the jab like that with the backhand?
It's not really. Yeah, it's not. But as long as you don't just leave it out there.
Right. Yeah.
That's a stick. As long as you don't leave it out there, yeah, it's not illegal. But he's doing it right. It is a blinding jab.
A blinding flicking jab.
But as you said, Abner, if there's nothing behind it, what's stopping Eli
exactly.
from coming right
and Garcia's not pulling the trigger. And again, there are openings here for the counter.
There are openings for Garcia.
And because Garcia said too, he goes, Newman tries to fight like Roy Jones Jr., but he's not like Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. could get away with keeping his hands low.
And
not many others can.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what a few of Newman's opponents have said. It's going to come with the territory of having a legend like that as your trainer.
Yep.
But you see
Dr.
right here.
Hook, right?
Yeah, Newman, he's kind of staying in there. He's not really spinning out either way like Gachet and James have done.
He's feeling comfortable in there. That's why.
Very comfortable. Using the shoulder roll, popping the jab. And Garcia goes to the body with that right hand.
But it's 2 shots, and then he pulled back, and he's right in front of Newman again.
We are a minute and a half gone through round 3, and Garcia's just now thrown his 100th punch of the fight. So not a lot of Newman's doing well, but he's not doing a lot offensively. He's just keeping him at bay with the jab.
Yeah, I think trying to keep it safe for now. Feeling comfortable, slapping a lot of those punches. Ooh. But, those are points. Those are punches that the judges are seeing, and then they're giving it to him.
Man, it's wild how low he does keep his hands, and so far not paying for it.
But Elijah is closing the distance. Newman's still, having success, but Elijah's starting to inch a little bit closer in there as Newman's looking for that counter right hand.
The pressure from Garcia in the front foot. Combination from Garcia.
It's looking too slow, Garcia, in this fight.
Newman's first fight against a lefty since August of 2021. And fighting only his 3rd listed lefty of his pro career. And so far, unlike Apollo Creed's trainer Duca, Newman's fine messing with a southpaw.
But Elijah's still not stepping in fully.
He's not doing much of anything.
His shoulders on him on the ropes here, but he's got him in the corner here. We'll see
now it's an opportunity, and Garcia opening up with 10 seconds left in the round. Had Newman on the ropes. Now is timing. There's the jab from Garcia.
There's the rhythm. There's the pace. That's what you want to see from Garcia.
There's the pressure.
Yeah, I think Elijah probably did win that.
Beautiful. Hey, deep breath. Give some deep breath, okay? He's already worn down. Just pick it up a notch, all right? I don't want you to go too big. Just another notch. We're going to give a little more pressure and just keep ripping that out of you. Because he ain't countering no more. He ain't countering. But be careful, okay? Yep. Deep breath, deep breath. Good. Hey, that's beautiful. Now, he ain't running no more. So now we can put more pressure, okay? Yep. Cutting off the ring. I want you to punch to where he's going now, okay? All right. Good work. Okay, just pick it up one more level, okay? Pick it up another level. We're not going to pick it up all the way. He's not ready. Okay, time, gentlemen, time.
So we're hearing from the Garcia corner. Meanwhile, in Newman's corner, Roy Jones Jr. asked him, "What's wrong with you?" Newman said nothing. Why? Well, you got to get your punches off, buddy.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you see that round, Newman kind of allowed Elijah in. And here in the other corner, George Garcia is telling Eli, keep turning it up. So that was kind of a plan, I assume, right now from Garcia.
And we're beginning to see the shift here now. Garcia now finding the rhythm with the jab on the front foot. And to be honest, Newman's, I don't want to say slowing down a bit, but it seems like he's starting to not have as much
and
on those shots.
And Garcia's corner noticed that. They said, hey, he's not even counter punching anymore effectively. So if you're Garcia and you're the team, you tell him go forward, keep pressing. And I want one level up.
Newman just missed with the uppercut. Staying busy.
Newman's trying to smother him,
clubbing right hands by Garcia. And you don't want to say to, sorry, Justin, that they want to see a sense of urgency at all, but just Garcia you got to have that eye of the tiger right after.
You definitely do, but it seems like he is going to be one of those fighters that starts little by little, that starts slow starter. That's what he is. This is the fourth round. He's picking it up a lot more, letting his hands go.
Oh, yeah,
he's definitely having his best round. And then against a Newman that brings his down sound, he's bound to catch something.
Yeah, it sounds like it was the game plan from just listening in that corner. They want Elijah to kind of take your time before you just have the same pace all fight. He even said that in the fighters meeting.
Perhaps get him comfortable.
Well, lucky for him, there hasn't had to worry about much of a pace thus far in this one.
And there's that uppercut once again.
But he's taking over the fight, that's for sure.
That is, because Newman's not moving. He's kind of standing in there. He's not turning out left and right, and he's not even using that jab right now.
And there's nothing behind those punches either to keep Garcia off him.
There's a left hand from Garcia. Garcia continues to come forward now, in close. Newman continues to just...
He's staying off the ropes.
Throw off, staying off the ropes. Trying to use that really shoulder roll.
Yeah, but he's standing right in front of him.
Right in front of him. I know there a body shot on the belt line from Newman.
And Eli comes back with that little chopping left hand.
Yeah,
this is where Elijah has that quick right hook on the inside.
Newman's doing well, though, in this exchange. Garcia's landed some shots, but so it's Newman.
Yeah, that was a nice counter punch there from Newman. A straight right hand, but it's more punching, more volume from Garcia right now.
Yeah, by far his best round offensively in terms of output and connects.
Yeah, and this is where Newman has to go.
Nice right hand upstairs by Garcia.
Yeah, because this is where Elijah's at his best when he follows you. If you take that step back, that's where Eli could really make you pay, following you with his right hook or either his left hand.
I have a feeling Roy Jones Jr. may repeat the query in the corner at the end of the fourth as Elijah Garcia with a terrific round, 27 of 90 compared to just 11 of 56 for Newman. Let's listen in to Newman's corner.
I know, I got it.
No, you're not. No, you're not fighting. I'm sorry, you're not fighting. You're doing one punch and you're blocking. Doing one punch and you're backing up. Doing one punch and you're acting scared. Doing one punch, well, you're acting fucking scared. He's bitching you out, all right? He's bitching you out, okay? He's bitching you out, okay? Go either fight the motherfucker or don't fight. You're gonna fight or fucking quit, all right? He's bitching you out right now, okay? Fight or fucking quit boxing, all right? They ain't gonna say it no fucking more.
Roy Jones Jr. went from
you
0 to 100 real quick, and boy.
You got this, you way throwing this dude, you way faster, you got everything, and you let him bitch you out.
Wow.
Second down.
Animated Roy Jones Jr. And let's see
if you turn a little bit, I'm
how
Kevin
Newman responds to that upbraiding.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much exactly. Newman's he's allowing Elijah to fight his fight. He's kind of standing in there with him, and he's not even throwing. As Roy Jones says, you're going one punch backing up, not really following anything, and that's how Elijah's able to get his offense off.
Yeah, of
we
course.
have begun round number 5, scheduled for 10 at a contract weight of 172 pounds. Garcia's first fight at what was supposed to be the super middleweight limit. Now he has his right hand down low, saying, you want to do that? I can do that too. Now with the high peekaboo guard, but not firing any punches.
No, it's just that Newman
and
went back to that jab.
Another right hand, 2 good right hands by Newman. Oh, the left hook lands from Newman. Newman putting together great punches here.
And this is what a great corner does. He wakes you up, he tells you. Yeah,
you got to tell him exactly what's going on right there, and that's what Roy did. Now we'll see if Elijah answers it all, because Newman still is in there to be hit with Elijah. He's finding that quick counter right hand, but here comes Elijah forward.
Garcia, double jab, and the left just missed with the right hook.
But it's that jab. When he takes away everything from Garcia's the jab. Once Newman continues with that jab, he takes away everything, and he's a great counterpuncher. There it is, the right hand.
Because
nice body shots by Garcia. Garcia with Newman on the ropes. Newman has been down once in round 6 of his first career loss to Marcos Hernandez in August of 2017.
Yep, and that was the one and only time. But look, that jab is what makes Elijah lunge in, and that's what allows those counters. But even there, you see Elijah lunge in, nothing came back from Newman. And Elijah's the one using more of the jab, which is so interesting, because that's what we thought Newman would probably try and do.
Well, Garcia definitely working behind the jab here now. Has thrown 21 jabs in the round, has landed 5.
It gets me nervous. I get nervous seeing that that defense from Newman right now. I mean,
beautiful combination by Newman, splitting the guard. And the jab continues to land.
Yeah, Garcia just being too
getting tagged
patient.
in the face.
Too much waiting from Garcia. Need the same talk once he goes to the corner.
But that defense, like you're saying, especially when he's
nice right cross and another right hand from Newman. I mean, Garcia's not moving his head off center line.
Don't leave it out there.
He's getting hurt here. I mean, these shots are landing effectively for Newman, and there's no return fire.
Well, Elijah's returning at points, and you see right there, he's like right there with that
Now
combination.
he comes back with a 4-punch combination. And yet, the more eye-catching shots, to me, there was a good punch from Garcia. Newman's landing the more effective blows, though, in terms of power.
Yeah, it's more of a Garcia reacting and responding with something, but not so much clean punching that Newman is doing in this round.
And yet, a competitive round. Good back-and-forth action here as we end the first half of the scheduled 10-round affair.
Yes, a little better. But still not enough. We're not going to win like that. You can't take your punch, you hit him, but you ain't hit him enough. When you start business, you need to go ahead and start pushing him back. All right? You don't, you're going to lose the fight.
Catch him reaching, catch him punching, right? Like catch him reaching, catch him punching, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Punch him between his
And
thumbs.
Newman finally woke up and let that right hand go. There it is. Counter punching beautifully. Newman, the corner told him, hey, you got more than this. You could do it, let those hands go. And this is exactly what he can do when he lets those hands go. Beautiful combination, landing to the body. Great distance, shoulder roll, even though he caught a right hand right there.
Man,
but he came
right
back
hand.
with his own.
Newman's right hand has been the deciding factor thus far. Although in the last couple rounds, to be fair to Justin's point, we are seeing signs of the Elijah Garcia that threw 80-plus punches around his signature win against Jose Armando Resendiz, which, by the way, has aged pretty well with Resendiz becoming a champion.
Well, that just shows you as well that losses don't mean, you know, you can always come back from a loss, but even in those replays, Elijah was still landing that left hand and coming around with the right. A real interesting fight, counter puncher, and that quick right hook following Newman back.
Yeah, but why take all those shots that Newman is throwing? Instead, if you could dictate the pace, if you could go first, if you're Garcia, there it is. Put him on the ropes, put him on the back position. But again, he's one of those fighters that likes to take punches and get punches.
Yeah, that's his style. That's how he beat Resendiz. Resendiz was standing in with him. The guys that give him that real trouble is use the jab, move left and right. But
there's a nice left hand from Garcia as Newman did move his head off center. And now Newman gets tagged with a jab from Garcia. There's another solid left hand that lands right on the button. And Newman looking to stand his ground, but eats a body shot. There's a nice counter right from Newman, misses with the uppercut in the left.
Yeah, so Newman's throwing one punch at a time, and like you're saying, they are eye-catching, but Elijah is still landing with that straight left hand or that quick right hook,
And Newman is playing with fire now, hands down.
Yes, and he's been doing that all fight. He hasn't really been moving. Is the biggest critique of him is that he hasn't used his feet at all. And that's what's allowing
to your point, if there is anyone that's breaking someone down right now, that's Garcia. I feel that he's breaking down Newman, and you could sense that, you could see it with the way he's standing and where he's at, the position.
Yeah, Garcia putting together the punches now, and you can see the reaction of Newman. You know that he's feeling it, and Garcia now putting together another good round here as he's really starting to work on Newman. Newman trying to fight back with the right. Overhand left from Garcia. Now Garcia's beginning to cook with just over a minute left in the sixth, beginning to open up on Newman.
And that's what Newman needs to do, is get out of the corner. He's staying flat-footed in these corners right now, looking for a counter. When he can be moving, he's got the better feet and less power than Eli. I don't know why he's trading with him.
Yeah, I think he's gassed out already. He's too stationary. He's staying right there in the pocket, right in the corner, giving Garcia the opportunities. And Garcia, again, 1-2 punches, but landing at will.
Counter right by Newman.
And I like that he's moving his head a little bit more, Garcia. There it is. Making Newman miss a lot more.
Half minute left in the 6th. Jab lands for Garcia. Now starting to loosen up, starting to find his rhythm with that jab. Again, watch. Oh, but another powerful right from Newman. Clean, effective punching. #1 in that criteria. And it's been a hell of a round, though, for Garcia in terms of his offensive output. And he's starting to pull away from Newman.
And Newman's allowing it. That's why Roy Jones is getting so mad at him.
Yep.
Pick it up, get that jab, you gotta fucking rip, and go. Okay, put your hand in his face and go. Now I'm gonna pick it up, man. Okay? Your hand good? All right, let's go, let's pick it up. I don't know what's called, let's go. Come on, it's up in your fucking head, bro. We got 3 rounds left, let's go. Put the pressure on this guy and pound away at his fucking body, okay? If he moves this way, slide, cut off the ring. If he moves that way, cut off the ring. I want the jab up and down.
Here's the left hand success from Garcia. There we talked about his defense being better, and beautiful counterpunch as a left-hander. The left hand was money for Garcia, beautifully. I don't know how Newman's still standing after that shot. Big shot from Garcia. Better round for Garcia as well.
Round number 7, scheduled for 10. Elijah Garcia moving on up in weight against Kevin Newman, who is hoping to increase his win streak to 8. Garcia bounced back from his lone loss with that win over Elijah Garcia that was disputed. Garcia going down for the first time in his career in round 1, and Newman now beginning to put it together on Garcia. What a punch combination there by Newman.
Yeah, great work right there from Newman. He jumped in, was able to show up the combination punching, threw more than one punch at a time.
And he's
Big
landing
success.
that jab. Garcia not taking the head off center line. And the one thing about Garcia, I will say, remains composed under fight.
He definitely does. I mean, I think he loves that. He catches, you throw punches at me. Okay, I'll get you back. No, it's just a matter of time. But again, talking about not staying in center line. He moves his head, but then he goes back to staying where he was, and that's where he gets hit.
He corralled Newman in the corner. Newman able to move out, but the hands are low. Ducks under that left hand from Garcia.
Yeah, I mean, Newman came out hot to start this round, and then Elijah answered right back in the corner. We'll see if Newman comes back, but there's that left uppercut again.
There's that jab from Garcia, but the right hand from Newman. Garcia's pulling away statistically, and yet Newman still shows stuff like that.
Little flurries, a lot more speed from Newman, of course, but the power is on Garcia's side. He is breaking him down.
And like Justin said, Newman's feet
Don't
are
go down
flat.
too low.
Yes.
Go all the way down there. We're good. And that when he ducks like that right there, he's ducking down, and Elijah's meeting him down there with that left uppercut. And it's Newman. He's fighting in spurts in this fight. He'll kill him out hot like he did at the beginning of the round. Then he allows Elijah success, and Elijah's taking advantage. But
Garcia lands another left hand, the uppercut from Newman. Final minute of the 7th. Garcia on the front foot, has Newman on the ropes. Jab, left hand, putting together the combinations. On the inside, Newman looking to land the uppercut. Now, nose to nose, double jab from Garcia.
And that was Newman kind of being the bigger man naturally, was able to bully his way out of the corner against Eli.
30 seconds left in the 7th.
Big left hand from Elijah right there. And Newman answers.
Yeah, bullet shot just at the bell line there. Another right hand from Newman.
Yeah, definitely better conditioning from Garcia. The attack, the pressure is on Garcia's side. Like you said, it's just moments, spurs moments from Newman, and then he gasses out.
Yep, that's pretty much the whole story of this fight so far. And the damage, Elijah has more power and thud behind his shots, or at least the effect that they're taking him.
Keep pushing.
He pushing enough. This dude not better than you, bro. You letting your whole career go down the drain right now. You're trying, but you letting your whole career go down the drain right now. You gotta tighten up. You gotta get this dude out of here. Of course. All right. You get him out of here, we fine. But you gonna have to get him out. You don't get him out, you done lost fight. Okay. All right. Long we know. Long we know.
Yep. With the right hand as well. There it is. The right hand jab as well, keeping that distance. The right hand as a hook, right hand as an uppercut. Wow, beautiful way to change it and switch it. But again, you know, we're going back to, you know, spurs of moments. That's the moment that he had. Beautiful moment, and then he goes back to, you know, clinching, and then, you know, he lets Garcia let off again.
When you hang around Roy Jones Jr., of course, some of it's going to rub off on you. Although, even that wonderful combination, not enough to impress Roy Jones Jr. He is letting his fighter know your career is going down the drain. You need the knockout.
Yes, because that combination was at the very beginning of the round.
It was.
Elijah pretty much was dominant the second half. Newman's still fighting in spurts, having success. But he's got to just keep the pace, like Roy's saying.
And remember what his coach and what he told us in the fighter meeting, it was all about the jab, and well, it has really worked for Garcia in this fight. Coming in, he had never landed more than 12 jabs in any round tracked by CompuBox in 9 previous fights. He is averaging 12 landed per round the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, and his father, Garcia's father, George, did tell me you will see the old Elijah Garcia, and we are seeing that.
Oh, uppercut from Garcia.
And Newman with the big right hand in there.
Right hand, another counter right from Newman, which has been his most effective shot.
Keep it up.
So this is where I want to see the old Eli and just stay shoulder to shoulder on Newman. Don't allow him to have that little bit of space to get that counter right or that uppercut.
Keep it up.
Uppercut, and you hear Roy Jones Jr. yelling, keep it up.
Keep it up.
Yeah, because there are moments where Newman catches him with the counter punch. There it is, right hand. And he wants him to keep it up with that, but again, he can't. The energy and the conditioning is not there for Newman.
Yeah, Newman would be up 10, or he'd probably be up 7-0 right now if it was just 1 minute of the fight. But the second half is where Newman starts fading. And we'll see right here as we approach 1 minute 30 in this round if Eli kind of starts to answer back.
Newman came into this fight with a heavy heart. His older brother Avery was murdered in Los Angeles this past January. He's dedicating this fight to his fallen brother, and I mean, you think about that. January, 2 months ago. And here he is in Las Vegas fighting not only for himself, but for the memory of his brother, and in tough, of course, against Elijah Garcia, who lands the 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, there's not, we can't really say anything about it.
Nothing you can say.
But Newman's a great guy. I got to talk to him even a couple months ago. Great human being, but he's in tough right now against Elijah.
45 seconds left in the 8th. Garcia flashes the jab. Newman comes back with a sweeping right, just grazing Garcia.
And again, Newman is a guy that has that style that could and should be giving Garcia problems, but he has it, and he does it at moments, and he tires out. And that is why his corner, Roy Jones Jr., gets mad at him, because I am sure they worked, you know, really hard for this fight, and for him to be performing, you know, at moments, it's just not it.
And Garcia going to the body effectively in this round.
And that's Newman going straight back. That's what Elijah could do work with. If you turn him, he's going to have a little bit more problems. But if you go straight back, he can follow you.
Oh. There's a counter right by Garcia.
Time! Come on, man. Hey, you lost that round. You lost that round, bro. You got to pick it up. You got to pick it up. Get your hands up. Come fucking work. If he moves, move. You got to work. You got to let your hands go, man. Come on. Huh? I'm winning the round. I didn't win that round. I'm telling you, you're not winning fucking rounds. You got to win the fucking fight, okay? Listen to what I'm telling you.
Man, the corners are in fuego tonight.
Let's go. Come on, man. You're fucking waiting. Don't wait. Let's go fucking get in there and work. If he's helping, get in there, walk him down. Pop, throw. You got to throw. With the body. Fucking go to work.
I got to say, I'm with Papa on this one.
Yes. I like that. That's his father, and of course he's going to tell him the truth. Yeah, you perhaps won that round, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted, and I'm not going to make you fall and believe that you won that round. So I won more, son. So I like that.
And you don't talk back to your dad like
yeah,
that.
I definitely don't.
Because that's how you get another.
He said, wait, I won that round. No, you didn't.
It's two former fighters in corners.
As we go into the 9th round, scheduled for 10. Newman flashing the jab again. Garcia goes to the body with the jab, but Newman throwing more punches to start the ninth.
Ooh. Elijah actually caught that one off the glove. We'll see if Elijah turns it on as Newman is right now.
Oh, man. But Garcia doing a good job defensively with that head movement, avoiding a lot of those punches.
Yeah, tight
and
guard,
now
head
has
movement.
Newman in the corner.
Let him go.
Body
let him go.
shot
Good.
by Garcia.
Hands just
But Abner, same old story.
Don't push his hand
Newman
down.
comes
Don't
out
push him
hot
down.
to start the round.
Right, yeah, he starts off really good,
Leave it
and then
out.
he
Don't
puts
leave it out
himself in the
there.
position where Garcia works. And I don't know why. There it is. Garcia, there you go. You're in the position
But
where you
as
can
we
let your hands
know,
go.
as we know in life, it's not how you start, it's how you
How you
finish.
finish, right?
And Garcia in close now. Lands a left hand upstairs.
It's a fun one right here.
Yeah, and you wonder how some of these rounds would be scored.
Yeah, very interesting. Now there's Elijah working his way forward again as Newman starts to be flat-footed as Newman tries to close the distance.
And Newman lands a right and puts together another fast combination.
Ebb and flow, kind of my turn, your turn in this fight so far. Both of them having those big combinations and allowing the other one to kind of have that
But I
success.
think the eye-catching punches
Yes.
right now are definitely Newman's.
And they've been throughout the fight in many ways, despite the fact there have been rounds where Garcia has greatly outlanded Newman. It's again those eye-catching blows.
Yep. But the style of fight right now, Elijah is fighting the style that Elijah wants to fight. So some judges kind of, I know exactly clean, effective punching, but Elijah's fighting the fight he wants to fight.
And again, if it were just up to the numbers, then it would be clear for Elijah Garcia. But
of course,
it's not just about the numbers. And again, the three judges at ringside, each having their own unique perspective. A minute left here in the ninth.
Ooh, good body work.
Yeah, right there, Newman going down to the body. But Elijah's right hook, when Newman has that left hand down on the inside, is a weapon for him.
Oh, right hand again from Newman.
Ooh, big
I like
round
how
for
he set that jab and then boom with the right.
It's a big round for Newman.
Garcia also has a very good poker face.
Yeah, I mean, he could take a punch. That's a fact.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh, he's proven that.
If you like that style, right? If you fight the way Garcia fights.
Garcia puts the pressure on Newman. Right hook lands for Garcia. Nice right hook again by Garcia. There's a straight right by Newman. Garcia, though, putting together his punches now with 15 seconds left in the ninth.
I think we'll see a
nice right hand by Garcia.
But here comes Newman.
Yep, Newman has Garcia on the ropes. But Garcia able to fight off. 10th and final round on deck.
Time!
How you feel? No, I asked that. I said, how you feel?
You gotta touch gloves, last round.
Can you knock him out? Go for it. You know what I'm saying, but can you?
Yes. No, show him the right
Listen
hand.
good. If you don't knock him out, it's all lay around together, bro. Don't knock him out, it's all lay around together. Because we ain't gonna be able to get nothing else like this. You don't knock him out, it's all lay around together. Alright? If you don't get him out there, we ain't got nothing else to do.
Deep breath, deep breath. Taylor, we gotta go. Last round, you gotta go, okay? You gotta go.
After this, we go back to the question of the go home. Okay? With the time.
According to the coaches, round 10 should be the equivalent of round 1 of Thomas Hearns and Marvelous Marvin Hagler. The coaches are both saying
we need a knockout.
Yep. And that's when they've been inconsistent in this fight, the both of them. So they want the most because they know this fight could be.
It
This
could be
round
close,
could decide it, or
I mean, I think the one that needs a knockout, I mean, again, it might be wrong, but it's Newman. I think Garcia's winning this fight, but then again, I like the motivation from Garcia's team.
But man,
And yet you wonder about those eye-catching shots from Newman. Statistically speaking, Elijah Garcia is winning the fight. And yet, I have a feeling the scoring, if it does go the distance, is going to be very interesting for this one, guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you like the come forward style, you like Elijah Garcia, evidenced by that split decision and like a Shea one, you know. But there's
And
that
yet there's a
left
shot
hand.
again. Newman standing his ground and landing those right hands. But Garcia now coming back with a jab and a left.
Yeah, he's playing that catch and shoot right now, Newman.
Nope. There you go. Don't
I mean,
make
he's
it
good
out
at
there.
it. He's a good counter puncher, and Garcia's a one punch, at a time type of fighter. So you can and will do that if you're Newman.
Not the kind of punches that are going to get a good knockout from either fighter here with a minute 45 left in the 10th.
Yeah, both these guys
and
are
here
tough
comes
dudes.
Garcia. Yes, very tough dudes. Both of them down.
But Elijah having
once
success.
in their career.
And you see Newman's going for that clinch right
Yes.
there. That's the tail for Elijah. You got to go.
That's a sign that, hey, you are doing damage.
Midway point of the 10th, and if the game plan was to use the jab for the Garcia family, Elijah Garcia's landed more jabs in this fight than at any point in his career.
Yeah, Newman's tired right now by the looks of it. He's going to have to dig
good body
real
work.
deep. But even when he threw that left hook, he kind of was thrown off balance by his own left hook. Elijah, we'll see if he really kind of find that last bit of energy and go in this minute.
Yeah, Garcia definitely putting in that work in this last round. A lot more pressure, a lot more punches. Yeah, there's been 1 or 2 punches from Newman, but it's all been Garcia to my liking in this round.
Final minute of the 10th, 22-year-old Elijah Garcia going back to his family and his father, the 4th-generation fighter from
nice
Arizona.
uppercut. Yeah.
Here comes Newman, though.
Yes.
Newman continues to be a problem.
And once again, they're both showing just great moments in each round. That's what made this fight so fun. It's ebb and flow. Elijah comes forward and then Newman answers.
I've never seen a fight, or can't remember one, when I'm looking at the CompuBox stats and looking at the fight and seeing 2 different stories.
Man,
Newman trying to finish the fight. Left hook, right hand. Garcia standing in front of him, throwing lefts.
Wow.
Well, they're trying to finish the show. Garcia and Newman go the 10-round distance.
Great fight.
And how would it have been if we'd seen a little bit more of that throughout the rest of the fight?
Hey, but that's the way you close the show.
Yep.
That corner advice got what you wanted, man.
Yes. Wow, Garcia and Newman, who was introduced to boxing at the age of 4 by his parents. His mother gave him his first pair of gloves with boom on one and pow on the other. And some boom and pow from Newman in this fight.
Yeah, definitely were from Powell, and there it is, the counter-punching effective from Powell. But as well as we said, it was back and forth action.
Look at the punches from Newman.
The eye-catching punches, like you said, but there's one eye-catching.
I mean, it was back and forth the whole fight. That uppercut, big weapon. Elijah's head snaps back, but then Elijah's quick little short, almost slapping right hand, but he turns his knuckles on it. And then Newman answers right back. It was Elijah won the first half, then Newman won the second half of that round. Flipped the script.
And these highlights that you're seeing is basically a round. That's how when it went back and forth action, especially in that last round. They both had their moments. Great.
And I'm glad that's a great scene in the middle because they earned each other's respect in this fight tonight. And it will come down to the 3 judges seated at ringside to determine the victor. And let's find out the name of the winner from Miguel Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Kermit Bayless sees the contest 95-95, a draw. However, he is overruled as Judge Eric Cheek sees it 98-92, and Judge David Sutherland sees it 96-94. Both in agreement for your winner by majority decision, Kevin, the second coming, Newman.
98-92. I don't want to steal the thunder from what is the biggest win of Kevin Newman's career, dedicating it to his late brother Avery. What an emotional reaction. I told you guys the scores were going to be interesting. 95-95, 96-94, I understand. 98-92, a little wide.
Well, if you like the style. So that judge was favoring that quick counter-punching, the eye-catching shots that you were mentioning, and that's what leads to that score. It all depends subjective judging.
Abner, what does this mean for Elijah Garcia's career? Second loss in 3 fights. The win was controversial. I know he's only 22, but he's He's got a long road back.
Yeah, it's a tough loss, obviously, but I don't think it was such a bad loss because it was so close. He didn't get, injured. He didn't get hit too much. It's just another fight where he's going to learn a lot from it. Close fight, and he should be happy with his performance.
And if he sees the CompuBox numbers, he's going to be upset. Hey, what a fight.
Yeah.
And a big win for Kevin Newman II. And we will now put a button on the prelims on Prime Video. Let's go back to Brian Custer.
Thank you very much. Wow, what a fight.
Yes.
That was something. Again, the pay-per-view comes your way at the top of the hour. You want to buy it, all you got to do is scan that QR code. You can use your iPad, you can use your iPhone, Android, whatever. Scan that QR code and make sure you buy the pay-per-view. Comes your way at the top of the hour. Back here with Cameron, Brian Campbell, and Brian Custer. Hey, that was some. I think that Roy Jones talk in the corner, it's gone viral.
Yeah, Roy Jones willed him to victory. It became about Roy Jones in between the rounds, but I will say 98-92.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but it's been a great night, a prelims period put together with Prime and PBC.
Congratulations to Kevin Newman as his trainer there, Roy Jones. Look, this is a guy whose brother just died from gun violence. His mother, his family's all here. That's a great victory for him. Getting back to the pay-per-view that we're going to see here, B, I'm interested to see what we're going to see here when Sebastian Fundora, Keith Thurman come out. I remember Keith Thurman said, I'm going to start fast and I'm going to try to go and hit him hard early. And it kind of reminded me when he faced Danny Garcia. Remember he came out with that winging hook?
Yeah.
I got a thought that maybe we're going to kind of see that at the very beginning
We're
of that
going to
fight.
see if Keith Thurman is a man of his word tonight. What I mean by that is he has said all week, this one's not going to the scorecards. It's either him or me. One of us is getting knocked out. And I think when you look at this fight, the most interesting part to me is not whether Keith Thurman is too old. It's not whether Sebastian Fundora's inexperience or lack of technical ability will be the difference. To me, the difference in this fight will come down to the 9-inch height and the 11-inch reach advantage that Fundora brings in, and whether Keith Thurman at 37 is willing to welcome the danger, take on the damage, and go toe-to-toe to try to get the KO. If he is, he's got a shot at it.
Well, Killa, that's exactly what Sebastian Fundora said. He said, I want to dictate the pace of this fight and come out and end it early. As he talked about, I'm going to let him do all the talking because silence is violence.
Right, now listen, I'm going to tell you like this, both you guys. I've been in front of Keith Thurman. I've been in front of Fundora. I've been in front of the crowd. I've been in front of UB. I've been in front of UB. Round 3, come find me. I'm not voting. I'm not going to make a prediction to round 3 of this fight. But listen, man, styles make fights, and I can't wait to see it. It's been a wonderful week, a fight week for boxing for me. I want to thank you, B. I want to thank you guys for having me up here.
I want to thank your tailor. We got a little high school here.
Listen, man, Members Club did it, man. But I just want to tell you guys, you made this real fun for me. Espinosa, PBC Prime Video, thank you guys for having me. Round 3, come find me.
I love it.
Come find me, man. But thank you, B. Both of you guys, man. I appreciate it.
Got you, Killer. Take a look here at the entire pay-per-view card. Sebastian Fundora making this second title defense of his WBC strap against one-time Keith Thurman. That's the main event. The co-main, Yoenis Tellez. He's from Cuba. He is a hard-hitting super welterweight. He'll be facing Brian Mendoza. By the way, the only guy who has beaten Sebastian Fundora. And then you're going to see middleweights. Yoenli Hernandez taking on Terrell Gaucher. And then the heavyweights will start things out. By the way, Joe Goosen is training Gergen. So you will see Joe Goosen in the corner of Gergen. Listen, I certainly hope you enjoyed the prelim fights here on the PBC on Prime. It will be a one heck of a pay-per-view card. Now for more on Ronaldo, Abner Morris, Justin Goosen Brown, Jordan Plant, Brian Campbell, and Cameron, I'm Brian Custer. Bye now, and we will see you at the top of the hour for the PBC on pay-per-view.
But world champ Sebastian Fundora is towering above the competition.
Fundora, top of the world as the unified champion.
As they collide, can Thurman win a major world title one more time? Or will the Towering Inferno stand tall in the end?
You're about to see a whole nother level of boxing.
It's Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman. Saturday, March 28th, live on PBC on pay-per-view on Prime Video.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Oh, it's sounding good. Let me just turn the volume down a little bit. Testing 1 2 3.